Needed to be tested. I got approval by Kaiser at 2. I was tested by 2:30. It's normally about a 24-hour turnaround, at least the last couple I did. And so Il Rev is the first one to say hello, beating the Bobinos at their own game. Hello, sir.
Hi.
So I should know tomorrow afternoon, or at the worst case, I'll know Saturday because things are a little impacted right now, obviously,
Oh
for
yeah, yeah.
people getting tested.
I know when Danielle had to get hers, she got hers like in like 2 hours. She got her
It,
result back like quick.
that one, I know there's one that you can do, and I think it costs like $150 because Armando got one like that.
Yeah, there's one for 80. I know a place that's 85, and they'll give you a result in an hour, and it's a saliva. But
Mm.
I'd rather wait 24 hours, do the real PCM one through my healthcare, and so that should anything happen, I can actually help the city with data. Also, negative tests in general really help our city right now. We need all the
Yeah,
negatives we can get. So hopefully, I'm just a good statistic tomorrow.
yeah. Kaiser tells you it's 1 to 3 days for results, but it literally was maybe a little bit more than 24 hours for
Yeah, I had one
for
that was
results.
like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Like I took it at 8ish at night, and it was like 10 in the morning. I got the results. So it's
Who
hit and
who would have
miss.
thought we'd be discussing freaking pandemic testing on our year-end show?
Yes,
Kinda.
hooray!
Well, we haven't started the show yet, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. This is all pregame.
Yeah.
This is how we pregame.
So yeah, all right.
Oh,
Watch out.
Some people listen
Um,
to ACDC, some people take shots of Jameson.
And some
We
people
some
party like
people
us.
discuss COVID testing. Yeah.
oh, hey, Brian, you don't need to drag any posterior because I just got too hopeful. We can,
No problem at all. Let's fire it up then. Switch over to Brand from comments and pick the right file, Brian. And here we go. Hello and welcome to the Indie Beer Show. Uh,
Darren!
yes, we have mascots and beautiful kittens today.
meow.
And
Christmas, everybody.
great screen gag, both of you. That was so good.
Aw.
Oh, we can,
Hello.
we can fight.
Yes, our cats and dogs, cats and dogs. This is our end of the year. I should say it right. Thank fucking God this year is close to over, and we are really happy to close this year out with just a kind of a mellow hangout, talk to you guys type of show.
On to
Give
the
you some
next
Christmas
one.
presents, drink some amazing San Diego beer, try to focus on some positives while we drop a bunch of
Positive.
negatives in there a little bit. But
Positives.
we're gonna sprinkle some hope. We're gonna sprinkle some hope in there. Hopefully, hope there. Hopefully, I like that. That was a good alliteration. But let's say hi to those that joined us.
Meow.
Mike Ilrev was first, beat the Babinos, and he is bummed. Hello, Maggie. Hello, TC. Thank you all for
I
joining.
talked to
Dan
Matt earlier. He
Diego's
was kind of
cheers to
first.
you. Yes, it's great. So our first beer tonight, I thought we should start off with something lagerish, even though this isn't really a lager. It's a Czech Pilsner. Anytime you have a chance to drink a clean beer from Lost Abbey, please
You
do
drink it.
yourself a favor and buy that shit. Noble Tendencies, Czech-Style Pilsner. Uh, I had one earlier this week. Delightful beer. But let's go to the resident Lost Abbey fan, Mr. Brandon Claus. What's your thoughts on this beer, buddy?
It's just everything that you might expect from an organization like that, where they've been at it so long, they've been fine-tuning things for decades, basically, since you go back to the Pete Sport days. But I think it's abundantly clean. It's not even, I mean, it's the lightest beer I've had on my palate in a long time, but there's all this flavor and even some citrusiness that's kind of nice and a little bit unexpected there, too. I
Yeah.
really like it. And thank you for picking that up.
You are quite welcome. What happened was I went to Bottlecraft to pick up the beers for last week's show, and I was like, I bet I could put together a year-end package in this room, and this is what happened.
Well
Um,
done.
I
Yeah.
wanted to save a trip. Uh, the COVID virus was getting out of hand. Maximize the trip to or inside a retail establishment. All of those things were the motivators. But what I really love about this beer is it really brings that extra punch of malt sweetness that you expect from specifically from a Czech Pils
Yeah.
versus like a German Pils, which is more hop driven. Um, we use this word too much, but this beer is incredibly crushable and
Oh
should
yeah.
be served in much bigger vessels than this pint can.
Yeah,
Thank you,
like
Lost
this.
Abbey. Yes, yes, exactly. Excellent example. Delightful. Well, what better time than the Hanukkah season and closing out the year to throw some gifts to people
Quest.
and
Oh, I like it.
throw them. You don't really want to throw this one because it's ceramic, but the first
yeah.
giveaway is going to be a mug club mug. And for those that don't know, this is for some of our bigger supporters of the Indie Beer Show at about $12.50 a month. If you join that level, you get an actual mug that says, "Hey, I'm in the mug club," and we made it ceramic, so no one.
See how that
So
works?
it's amazing, right? And we
Make
made
work,
it
make
ceramic.
work and market for
Yeah.
us. It'd be great.
Right. We thought about it a lot too. Just
Yes, and we just thought it would be great that while you're on all these Zoom meetings, you could say you're drinking coffee. Yes, Matt, we agree. Super, super good beer. Yes, Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Thank you for agreeing that we need some damn hope around these parts. But because we have a whopping 26 people, actually that's not so bad, watching us currently.
Hey.
I'm gonna give. Yeah, right. Especially for starting out, I'm going to give the mug to the first person that can answer the following trivia question. Are you
yes.
ready? Which member of the Indie Beer Show has worn the most holiday sweaters on air? Very difficult question. No, it's definitely Estella, right? No. It is definitely not me. No, close. The Babinos don't necessarily need to answer. They already have two. Maggie wins. It is Brandon. It wasn't even a hard question. The whole point was just to give away something to someone who was paying attention. Maggie, you win a Indie Beer Show Mug Club mug. You
Maggie.
kind of deserved one anyways. Mrs. Spackman guest Estella. Yay, Maggie wins.
In regular
Mr.
nights,
Batten,
yes.
you are correct. A former guest of the show. Thanks for joining us, Bill. Appreciate
Hi,
that.
Bill.
And then
Oh, Bill, I want
Candace
that-
said to
that
pass on
cola
that one.
you made, man.
Yes, of course you knew the answer, Matt. Of course. But this was an insane year. So we started off like we had never lived through a pandemic before because guess what? We hadn't. We were pounding out shows weekly. We were recording live at Tapcraft every week.
Which was awesome. And so
We
glad.
had a few shows where our fans could join us and hang out. We got to see people.
Got to hug people.
Got to hug people. And then right before we launched our annual March Madness contest, boom, year just.
To be fair, it got pretty mad.
It
was
did
March.
get mad. It did, even especially in March, it was pretty bad.
God.
Like literally, I had already scheduled the March Madness post. I had
we
some.
were ready to go, man.
We
were
even
ready.
it was going to start right after the lockdown. We had like 5 or 6 breweries that were like, no, do it anyways. We need the distraction, and then there was just this overwhelming. Reading the room of the tone of the San Diego beer community, it wasn't the right time to have a contest of brewery versus brewery. It just wasn't. It was a time to be supportive of the industry overall, and so we flushed that. And
And I was
Damn,
going to
so-
lose, so I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Right.
relate to that. My bracket had all these quality breweries that were never going to use their social media.
They're never gonna get a.
Abel was
Never
gonna
gonna.
win it. I'm sure Abel was going to win. He was like,
I
"Guys, do it."
I think Abel did have the best bracket. I would have tried hard, but I think Abel had a good bracket. So how we changed?
Did we ever post those brackets?
We didn't post the brackets. We didn't post the show, Abel. We
Well, I'm
didn't
just saying,
post the
we
show.
should just post our bracket, like our picks.
Yeah,
Like,
we
should just
could.
post it so people can see what
That's some
we
blood club
had.
material.
Oh,
Yeah,
right, indeed.
Season of giving, Brandon. Jeez.
Yeah. So this year, what we
Trying to
had
give
to,
some blood club stuff there, man.
Ah, humbug over there. Jeez.
what we did different this year is we each air quotes took a region and we drafted and chose our own breweries, and so it was actually a contest that for us against each other too. It was just to make it extra fun, and
We had
it would
fun
have been great.
doing all the photos beforehand. Remember, we all took
Yes.
a turn the month before, taking
Yeah, we
photos
did.
of different breweries, giving shout
That was
outs.
fun.
yeah, that was cool.
All
I mean,
a bunch of
any
eligible
chance,
breweries,
any chance for Brandon to go to Lost Abbey was the best for him. So.
right?
Oh yeah, I remember that. I sent you a picture from there, right?
Yep, you did.
just to make sure that we knew where you
I
were.
was there on business.
Um,
I was there on business.
And of course, I did a lot of South Bay guys. Of course, I did
Yeah,
a whole lot.
uh-huh.
I don't think you went north of the 94 at all.
I of course, hurt myself and went everywhere, like Ramona, North County, and North Park. But whatever, I enjoyed it. It was really fun.
Yeah, he
It
pulled a
was,
smoking can, and I was like, "Dang."
Yeah, yeah, that's
uh,
true.
so back in the long ago, all the way back in February, one of something that me and my wife would like to do on some, every random or a random weekend a month or so, we would go to Burning Beard and then something ish in Alpine, and then go through Julian, hit up Nickel or Julian, depending on whether we wanted barbecue or just beer, and then
Hey,
sometimes,
Don't sleep on that pizza at Julian.
right, pretty good. Uh,
It is delicious.
I want the food.
I think their
Yeah.
their parent company has pizza in the name, if I'm getting it right. But and then coming back down the backside, we sometimes we could go to Smoking Cannon, or at one time we would hit up even Chuck Alec back when like Sam worked there.
Brandon, Babino's asking if you can turn up the volume. That he can hardly hear you.
All right, we'll see if we can
about now?
adjust his audio a little bit.
Is this better?
Maybe. In your actual audio settings, you can control the volume of mic now. It's a
Yeah.
new upgrade from StreamYard, Brandon. So you might be able to
Oh,
jack
great.
that up.
I would love to try to see the screen without my glasses on and just like do this.
Yes, indeed. But
So good without your
but
glasses.
is it any better, or do I need to mess around with that?
I think you need to mess around with it a touch. So
All right.
it's under the microphone settings, and there's a button to click that is your automatic mic adjustment volume, and then you can just slide the bar over and jack yourself up. That's what she said. So that ramp up where we were featuring a brewery every day for
It's
February
so much fun.
was A, so much fun, B, a great idea by Mr. Garcia, and number 3, it really set up March Madness well. I mean, we did real good. We put in a lot of pre-work on that shit.
It's pouring outside, fellas. Pouring.
Yeah, I'm really, really glad I got roofing paper on my friend's house. They said it was going to sprinkle, and we were going to get like 1/100th of an inch of rain. And that's way more than that. I agree with this.
Yeah.
It's dumping right now. But let's catch up with some friends over here. Brandon's gone for a minute. Bye-bye, Brandon.
I like Jay's comment.
Hi, Pete.
Hi, Pete.
Yeah, good question, Amy. Are you wearing cold smacks? Oh, hello, Scott. Yes, we definitely need some more fucking hugs in this damn world, or some for this year. Yay! You were getting a compliment on your shirt. Yes, Peter.
Oh, yeah, this is a new pink shirt, guys.
Yes, it's very important. Hi, Xana. It's been a long
she's
time
at
since I
work.
see you.
She's at work. Thank you, Xana. for listening. All you people at Bevmo, thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you for checking in from work. She was earlier
Also,
apparently, so that's good.
Jess is listening at Ale Tales right now. So thank
Oh,
you, Jess, for listening.
nice. That's awesome. Hello, Candace. Thanks for joining us. That's really
Hey.
cool. Maggie screaming for more Brandon. More Brandon. The world wants more Brandon. Jared, hello. Happy holidays to you, sir. Thank
Hi.
you so much for joining us. Ben, even though he only chimed in with a lull, nice to see you here, sir. I appreciate it. And yes, I agree. Brandon's beard is glorious. I mean, how could we argue with that shit? I think while we're waiting for technology to stop hating Brandon, let's jump into our top three. And I pulled an Estella on the whole top three and decided we were going to do two at the same fucking time. So we are going to do our top three beers of the year and also simultaneously the top three things we hope 2021 brings us or the community or the world. So let's start with Estella and beer number three. What's your number three beer of 2020, Estella?
My number 3 beer is La Casa Verde. Of course,
Yes.
because I have to pick that beer, Um, the fellas over at Three Punk Ales with
Did a great job.
huge assist, and did the whole thing. And I was just there to supervise, basically. But honestly, that beer was just delicious, and we had people keep coming back for it. And it was just a good IPA, and I wish we could make it again, but we cannot. So
Sometimes it only happens once.
yeah, which is fine. Maybe we'll do a La Casa Verde 2.0. We'll see.
There you go.
We'll see. But yeah,
Okay. Abel, beer number three.
God.
I know it's hard,
I've had this year, so,
right?
only because I have a little insight on because I work there and it's coming back. But the agreeable folk. That's
Oh,
a
nice.
really good one.
Yes, yeah.
So, guys, keep an eye on it. It's coming back. It's coming back.
Woo-hoo.
That's wonderful
Good to
news,
hear.
man.
Good to hear. Yeah.
And for me, my number three is going to be shocking for everyone that listens to the show. It's LeBron Hayes from Pariah, this asshole of a brewery that I never mention on the show. But here we go. Mr. Hernandez came back just in time.
Yeah.
As long as he's back. Yes. And you are just in time, Brandon, to share with us your number three beer of 2020.
Oh shit! I didn't know that was our top three.
And now you are super loud.
No, he's like,
No,
hello.
you're great. You're great. Just you
No.
continue on.
You're
You're
fine.
you're
How
fine.
about now?
It's really good. Much better.
Okay.
Improved.
Number three.
Number three beer of the year.
Am I the last one?
Yeah, that's always a good one.
No. Am I the last one of all of you?
You
Yes.
are.
Or do you want? We can go.
What
We
did you
can
guys
lap.
say?
I said Casa Verde, just because it's a beer.
I said
Here.
agreeable folk from society.
And I said
Oh,
LeBron
Lord,
Hayes
of
from.
course you did.
I said LeBron Hayes from
back.
Pariah because, of course, I did.
I would say Bonafide Meal. That was a,
Ooh,
that was a
from
great beer.
Latchkey.
That Latchkey beer
Yeah.
with Nickeling.
Yeah,
That's a great beer.
name.
and
the
that's
booze.
back. And that's back
Yeah.
actually.
Mm-hmm.
We have heard the same.
Today or tomorrow? Yeah.
Yes, that is really cool.
Right on.
And so then our second top three of the day. Number three thing you want to see 2021 bring you or us, Estella.
For the show, I went with things for the show
Great.
on this. And what I would like is for us to be able to meet again and actually see each other and share beers together and
That's-
hug.
That's a really good goal.
All
All of those things.
I miss you guys an awful lot. So, to be able to just hang out with you guys Thursday nights was one of the highlights of my week. So that's what I would like.
That's
Move on,
awesome.
Move on. Move
Yes,
on.
we won't get too emotional. Abel.
Jeez. Again, difficult questions, but for 20, I didn't know if it was going to be about us
It doesn't matter. All I said was 3 things we hope 2021 brings.
I want 2021 to bring less business to shut down. That makes sense.
Yes.
That's absolutely
Absolutely.
less business closures.
There you go. So yeah, I'm very disappointed with a lot of places that shut down already, like Tornado, Tiger, and of course all the breweries. But I want less of that next year.
Yeah.
I want more breweries to open up. I want more establishments to open up, and there you go.
For sure.
Yes, I'm
Can you
I'm
hear me
on
now,
the.
Jay Jones? Can you hear me now, Jay Jones? Jay?
We can all hear you fine, and I like that sentiment. Brandon,
I'm going to say in 2021, I'd love to see, and am hopeful that I will see, a lot more responsibility taken at all levels of government. And before somebody gets all blasted me, it's like Republican, Democrat has nothing to do with that. It really is just
take care of the people.
Yeah. The federal government could have really helped out with this. Local government could have maybe spent more time regulating people instead of businesses. The agencies could enforce some of the things that are put out there. There's all sorts of things that can be done. I think it's time that the people who are getting paid to be the responsible people in the room, A, learn what businesses are about, B, start enforcing things and taking care of their citizens.
I like it. I like it,
Instead of trying
man.
to get reelected.
Yes, and I
Preach.
think we should all be keeping really good notes right now about who is helping the situation and who's not, because while this pandemic is going on, time is also ticking, and there is another election in the future for all of these assholes.
Yeah.
And I hope we remember a lot of what happened. For me, I guess writing it, I had a more of a meta approach, but my number 3 is I hope that as the rollout of vaccinations continue, that they are proven to be safe and that we can keep ramping them up, and that this is an actual light at the end of the tunnel, to quote several other people, and hopefully not like a lightsaber at the end of the tunnel waiting to slice us in half. But I just hope we prove that that these vaccinations, the 2 that are first up and then the 3 or 4 or 5 that are right behind them, are all safe and are good science, and that even though we really did rush to find an answer, we found the right answer. So
Right.
I hope that continues to progress and remain with a low number of side effects, because it could be dangerous. But we're supposed to be being happier. So in the vein of happiness and the year of the brown, I thought it was appropriate to select AleSmith Nut Brown, one of the best brown beers in San Diego County, for our end of the year show. They smartly changed up their colors to match with the Padres, and phenomenal beer, always consistently amazing. I contend possibly the best beer pairing beer. If you're ever in doubt, if you're like, what can I pair with this cheeseburger that's not a red ale? A Nut Brown every time.
You think this is like for most food, or
Yes. No, I think browns go with more food than any other style of beer. A lot of people say red. A lot of people say red or ambers. But for me, for my mouth, for my obviously svelte figure, for me it's the Nut Brown.
If there's any like roast or Maillard reaction going on where you see that golden brown that you want, and it can be also in bread. Browns are great for that, but yeah, reds are good too. But I agree with you. It's just like this is the beef beer to me.
yeah.
The beef beer,
Okay.
according to Brandon Hernandez. Write him. That's Brandon at indie.beer.
Yeah, if you got beef with me about the beef beer, go ahead.
That's awesome.
More dad jokes in 2021.
More dad jokes in 2021. Let's catch up with our fans. Amy, there is no such thing as a good cream cheese beer. For those that don't know, she's making a joke about this craft beer group that we used to be members of, where someone was legitimately asking how people get cream cheese flavor into their beers. I don't think anyone does it on purpose. Anyways,
I think you put cream cheese on your tongue and then you just drink a beer.
yes, that's how you get cream cheese in beer by ruining
the
beer.
bagel first,
Do you,
and
do you
then
suppose it was like,
There
do
you go.
you suppose it was like an everything bagel beer or something like that? Kind of
I-
what beers
I-
they're referencing.
I hope so. So there's 3 or 4 breweries, unfortunately, that have gone like a ginger cream cheese pumpkin pie type of flavor area, and yuck. For beer, ginger cream cheese pumpkin pie sounds pretty good, but as a beer, no. We all want Matt's meat. I think that's pretty universal.
With a brown ale. With the brown ale.
Yes, with a brown ale. With a brown ale. Yes, Anna and Jan are both here from home. Yes, Maggie. That meat entendre didn't slip by at all. Appropriate reaction from Pete. Yes, you are to blame for Brandon's problems, but he got it right. As we see, a spreadsheet to be no longer relevant or necessary. Maggie, great wish
Oh
for
my
2021. By
I'm
the
so
way,
sorry for what you went through, by the way. Oh my god.
she just spent.
she loves it. Don't even. She freaking loves it.
She's been busting her butt, and then a judge just said, "Throw all that shit out the window. We don't need fucking rules. Who needs rules? Rules are for the weak." It's crazy. We can do Office Space on this. Yes, let's go Office Space on the spreadsheet at the end of 2021. Oh my god, that's so great. I hope Stina is talking about AleSmith Nut Brown.
Talking about us.
Well, that could be too, but we love you, Stina.
Totally, Stina. Thank you.
Yes, I have definitely seen I Am Legend, and I hope we don't get there next month. Our things are not doing well. I agree with Mr. Batten. Their ESP is also on point, and if you wanted to have another ESP that wasn't AleSmith that's on point, then that would be Banksy at the Burning and the Beard.
Or New England. They're good too. Explore.
And New English, you're right. New English is fucking phenomenal too. I agree, Matt. We forget how amazing AleSmith is for their normal ass beers. Good. I'm just saying that the beer geeks that are always about the next hoppy release. We walk away from things like the best nut brown in our city, and we should.
I did buy that new Mexican chocolate one they put out. I have not picked it up, but I will. So, yeah.
More support for this being our beef beer. Yeah, no. Let's not put cream cheese in beer. Exactly, I'm with that. And yes, it is a little masochism at this point, Maggie. I can see why. I understand why you're putting yourself through it. It has been a very helpful tool.
Because she's an amazing woman. That's why.
You're terrific, and that effort has been incredibly valuable to the public. So thank you, and we love you, Stina, for sure.
Yeah.
So I think it's another time to give some people some free shit.
Oh yeah.
And let's do an Indie Beer Show sticker pack. I know this sounds pretty glorious, but I'll just send you some stickers that you can put on things that say the Indie Beer Show. So
just strap them around.
You can put them anywhere.
And
yeah.
Right? And I decided why not do a stupid math quiz, and the first person that can answer the correct answer to 3 decimals of what 69 divided by 7 will win an Indie Beer Show
106
sticker pack. You're just a little off,
220,
Abel. You're
220.
just a little off. And yes, Amy, you can win everything. You can win everything I'm giving away today. Matter of fact, if you just want what I'm giving away today, just let me know. I'll send you a copy. It's no big deal. You've been an incredible supporter of the show. If you want some stickers.
I feel like you're playing that Jeopardy game on SNL. Like, just give me an answer. Any answer.
I think I almost got it, but I'm not sure.
420.
That's right.
And I can't win anyway.
Yeah.
Well, the best part is we've already won. We've already won.
16 ounces.
Yeah, we already win.
Okay, cool. All right.
That's rad.
Cool.
So, okay, fine. We don't have to do a math quiz. We'll wait 10 more seconds.
Nobody tried.
We'll make 10 more seconds. Nobody
you guys all
even.
have calculators on your phone. What are you doing?
You would think it's really tough. But so instead of that, the first person that posts something that actually makes me giggle in the comments. Okay, so my mom won, but my mom can already have stickers, so I'm still gonna give stickers to someone else. Good job, Mom. You're close enough. You're not exact, but you're close enough. So the first person that posts any random fucking comment that makes me giggle will win. Maggie, you already won a mug. At least you did the math for real. So this is the real answer. Was 9.87. Thank you for using the 3 seconds of your calculator. I appreciate that. But first, random funny comment will also win a sticker pack. 5 Indie Beer Show stickers. It's very expensive. I mean, they cost.
Has to make only you laugh or all of us laugh?
No, if we get a few, we'll vote. So we'll give that 2 minutes. We'll give that 2 minutes. But first, let's say we were saying this earlier, Bill. Happy Christmas Hanukkah to you, sir. We love the holiday season. So thanks for joining us, man.
Sorry, I went backwards with mine. Okay, sorry.
And you did fine. It just stumped me up when I was trying to read it, man.
They made you giggle. Yeah. Stickers.
You win stickers.
Everyone with a sticker. I'm the Oprah of beer stickers. Anyways, we have talked a lot over this year about the bullshit and the restrictions and living under the pandemic umbrella and all of that, but it hasn't been all negative. There have been some positives, and I came up with 3 that were pretty good, I thought. Anyways, but let's start with Mr. Hernandez. What has been one positive for you this year, even though we're in the middle of a pandemic?
I think we all are guilty of sometimes wishing we had more time to do more things. And I had time to do tons of things, and I feel like I accomplished a lot this year. And got my kind of took the time to get my life in order, to get my health in order, to get Standing Beer News going. I'm really, really grateful for the time.
Nice.
That's pretty close to one of my sentiments too. It's great. And
I'll come up with a different one then.
No. I was going to say, while it was kind of forced upon us, those of us that like our partners and our family, there was a positive and a benefit there. Abel, how about you, sir? One thing that was positive about this year for you?
I agree with Brandon on that also. But I would say, because it went negative first, because I got let go and I had no job. All 3 of my jobs, I had nothing. But then I came back, and now I'm full-time. I got a full-time job at Society. And so it's been great because, again, this is – I've only been, again, a year in the beer community, like working for the beer community. I've been in the beer community for years in like media and everything I've done in promotions, but never actually worked for a brewery. And so within a year of being at the Society, they hired me full time, and it's been great. I mean, I'm still there now. We're back to being open again, but I was unfortunate for like Chris Stoney and Cece and all those people getting laid off recently, but now they're coming back this week. If you guys didn't know, we're opening up outside eating at Society, so they're all coming back, and yeah, that's what I've been very grateful that I still have my job, or I have a job, and I know there's other people that struggle, and I'm always willing to help them. One of the things I did at Beerfish is that they wanted me to come back and work for them. I told them if there's somebody else there that needs to work, that can't get unemployment, get them first, and use me as like a third string quarterback.
That's awesome, man.
Fourth line. You've got to have a strong fourth line. You're good.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Every place needs the nobody else answer their phone. Okay, we're down to Abel. And at least they know they can count him.
I've always been, they always say, "Oh, don't pick me last." I'm always picked last. I'm like, pick me last. I'll show everybody else up. Like, pick me last.
For sure.
That's rad, man. And underlining your good heart, man. You're doing okay. So let the hours be for someone else. That's really cool,
Yes.
Yeah.
man. Estella, A positive.
As awful as this sounds, because of COVID, we were able to open Mujeres. Um, and I know that sounds terrible, but honestly, that's what it came down to. So I wouldn't have this amazing, wonderful thing that is Mujeres Brew House if it wasn't for the pandemic. So I never intended to have a brewery. I never wanted to open a brewery. That
We
was not.
we've spent entire years telling you not to open a brewery.
And when's the best time to do it? During a pandemic, duh.
Of course, yes,
So,
right.
so yeah, honestly, that is aside from me being an essential worker and never having been without a job, it's Mujeres absolutely. So, and the brats are good, so there's that.
There you go. Right on.
So yeah,
So I guess similar, really, at a core level, but I was just really happy that the world in general showed just a touch more patience with their fellow men. Uh, we saw while we were under more stress than ever
yeah,
because of rulings and overall risk of our health everywhere outside of our homes. Um, there was also this weird undertow of good people being nice to other people, and
yeah,
that I want to hold on to from this time is the friends helping friends, family helping family, community members standing up for their community, all the charitable efforts that came out of nowhere this year.
mhm,
Uh,
uh,
while the brewing industry certainly pivoted like a goddamn ballerina, uh, charitable efforts also did the same. They had to be incredibly inventive to
mhm,
gain any traction, and so good job on all of that. A little extra patience in the world, I think, is
yeah.
warranted and will go a long way.
Hey, Brian,
Uh,
don't you have some kind of charitable thing going on right now, just in case
I
somebody
Right?
hasn't heard about
I
it?
Something,
I do. So
something.
it's the holiday the SD Beer Holiday Food Drive. This year we switched to virtual only. We're about halfway to our goal, but it's running till the end of December, so we've got plenty of time. But if you would like to donate, the San Diego Food Bank is incredibly efficient with their money. So every dollar donated provides 5 meals to the needy, which is just, I
Yeah.
mean, amazing. It's impossible for the normal person to provide 5 meals with a dollar, but they make it up in volume. Let's say, to quote a silly movie. But if you want to participate, and if you can participate, indie.beer/donate. The food drive's right there. If you go to indie.beer, upper right hand corner button that says donate. If you go to San Diego beer.news and you find the article about me, there's a way to get there that way too. But please,
He'll put it in the
if you have
comments right now,
if
guys.
I,
Just
I
to
yeah if you have a few dollars, give 10 meals to some people that need it much more than you. It it means a lot to me. I have at earlier times in my life, when I was in my early or my late tens, early teens, I guess you would say. My family wasn't. I mean, we weren't poor. I never felt poor, but there were times where we were very, very strict with our food, so that we could make it and have a meal for dinner and things. We'd double up milk with a gallon of powdered milk at times, and it just really showed me the value of having what we now call food security, something we take for granted for those of us that are a little better off and have cabinets. I have cabinets and cabinets full of food. Not everybody does. Not everyone even has cabinets. So
Right.
I've always focused my charitable efforts in feeding people. This organization, San Diego Food Bank and Mama's Kitchen, both near and dear to my heart, and I will support them for the rest of my life. So if you have the ability to donate a few bucks, I'd really appreciate it. Help us get to our goal. Our goal is what? Hold on a second. Let me do some quick math.
9.87.
Uh-huh. Our goal is 12,500 meals. So that's
close, Brandon.
that's
So close.
that's 2,500 bucks. So, anyways, I hope we can see some things. So let's catch up with some of the people that were trying to make me laugh. And you know, I do have pants on tonight. I haven't got a pants report from Caesar though. So we need a pants report, Caesar, if you're out there.
Just wait for that cat. That cat will come in soon.
I love Festivus because it's a grouchy holiday, so I support it. He is. Oh my God, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. Yes, I agree. Maybe that's coming up later in the show, Bill. That he will speak about his novel. Yes, society throughout this whole time, society has gone above and beyond. So one of the things I preach to my men when we're building a home, and that I wish more businesses had thought or acted like during this, was that all these guidelines and all the rules we operate under are fucking minimums. Society took those minimums and blew them out of the water. They put a table under each 10 by 10 tent. So there was literally 10 feet between tables. And they were all shaded. And you're outside. And you're 30 feet away from the other row of tables. They did really, really good. And so, luckily they had the room to do that. Some businesses didn't. But you guys did really good, Abel.
Thanks. I tried.
And yes, good. There you go. I know it was all you. Nobody else in society deserves any credit.
All I can tell you is that I probably built half those tables there.
Oh well, good job.
So,
Excellent.
So if they lean and they're all slidey, that's sorry. My bad. I mean,
No.
I'm not a carpenter.
But if they fall over, it's the tables you didn't build.
Exactly. That's the other half.
Yes. Yeah, I agree, Amy. The fact that no one was going to rent that building presented them an opportunity that was stellar and very rare in the world to find. So, congrats to both Border X and Estella to bring this project together. And
Thank you.
You're very, very close to being able to sell beer to people, right?
To go.
Yes, of course. I meant like your actual beer brewed on site.
Oh, yeah. And I actually already have people that are like, hey, when's it out? I want it now. And I was like, okay, cool. Apparently I'm a sales rep now, too.
That's you're going to be a pseudo owner. You're going to have to wear every hat. So
okay.
pretty soon we're gonna get that keg cleaning bitching day. I've cleaned 45 kegs today. What the fuck?
Only 45?
Yes, exactly. See, and then a seller person is gonna act like that. I do 150 in an hour. No, nobody cleans 150 kegs in an hour. That's bullshit.
Probably try.
Right.
Troy.
If anybody could, right?
Yeah.
It's really, really cool to see Mr. Spackman grow a beard and get out. And yes, a nice break so you could work on all the cars and motorcycles that you own.
Motorcycles, yeah.
Right.
No, he can never work on all of them. He's getting there. He's getting there.
Thank you, Candace. I appreciate it. Thank you, Bill. We San Diego Beer Show also donated to Shannon Lynette's support. So Shannon, who works at Burning Beer, started her own kind of like benefit for people in the industry, beer tenders and the like, that are suffering, and has organized some food pickups and some monetary pickups. We donated to that cause as well. We also thank you to the patrons for donating to that cause. We also donated to Nick Corona's Five Suits Brewing's beer for the ICU nurses. We bought, I don't know, 12 pints for the ICU nurses. We donated $50 to that cause as well. So thank you to the patrons. You guys have supported a lot of charitable causes this year instead of beer buying and bottle shares. So we really appreciate the support, and we're also very happy that we were able to share it with people that needed it. You're quite welcome, Amy. We're not, some people have had some struggles in life. Mine weren't bad. I still, we did really good. We're fine. We had our moments where it was tough, but big deal. That Festivus, by the way, is the airing of grievances. We love that shit.
Yeah.
And
You know what this show is?
yes, right. It might as well be. Definitely check out the spreadsheet if you are wondering what the status is of breweries. if there's nothing listed in their social media, which is, I would think, the only place you could look right now because it's moving so fast and transitioning again. But the spreadsheet will give you another shot. Yes, that what this is what I was talking about. The effort we donated to 5 suits for $4. You can buy a token because you can't actually buy a beer for a nurse, but you could buy a token that represents a beer that 5 suits then donates to a group of ICU nurses that definitely deserve a fucking beer.
And they need drinks.
They need drinks. So the last I saw, he was over 80
Nice.
beers donated this week. So that's really, really, really cool, man.
Right on.
But that brings us to our number twos. And let's start with our number 2 wish for 2021. And I'm going to go first. Fuck you. No, just kidding. I hope, and this is kind of similar,
guy.
to Brandon's sentiment about hoping for better leadership. I hope we bring some serious support and help and assistance for small businesses in 2021. We put the entire burden of COVID on the back of small business. Large corporations with 500 employees or more didn't have to do fucking anything for anyone to help anyone anywhere, and all they did was increase their wealth. All billionaires increased their wealth during this time. We didn't help the fucking people. Let's help some people. Let's save some of the businesses that are holding on by a thread, so that next year we can have less businesses failing during this time. And let's go to Estella. Your number 2 hope for 2021.
Like I said, I did the show things that I would like to see.
That's great.
And I have a tie. I haven't had a tie in a long time.
Yes, yeah, at least 2 or 3 weeks.
So I would love to see us be able to do some more collaborations with every brewery in San Diego, and I want to see us all back at GABF.
That's a great wish.
That's what I really hope for us. Making beer, hanging out in Denver, and that's what I would like.
I can't wait to go to another GABF. That will be amazing, and that would mean that all this is behind us, and we can have 30,000 people in one room again. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Drinking out of little cups. Yes.
Well, I mean, I think they said last year there was about 94,000 attendees to the festival over the 4 days. So, at any time there was easily over 25, 30,000 in that convention center area. Amazing, just amazing.
That's a lot of pretzel necklaces.
Right? Imagine.
How long would that be if you just attached all those pretzel necklaces together?
Super long.
I wonder how long it would be if you put all the kegs.
Can we lap
from
the
here
Earth?
all the way to Denver? It'd just be one line all the way from here to Denver.
Probably.
How much sweat could you harvest from all of the pretzel necklaces at GABF? Anyways, that's pretty gross. Abel, you're number 2.
It's kind of on the same lines of you and Brandon were saying. I just want next year the people that need the help, the people that need the health care, the people that need to have jobs, get jobs. Everybody that's struggling and has the opportunity to progress, to get better and to do better. For 2021. Again, a lot of people are struggling this year. There's some people that are not even working at all this year, and they've had to move out of their homes to go live with their parents or go live with somebody else or sleep on a couch, or even how to move out of San Diego and go back to Seattle or Texas where they're from. And I just want next year for people to have that opportunity to be able to succeed. Basically, so
that's awesome, man,
and not have to be like you guys say the high rollers, the people that make the most money. I want the little people that don't make the most money be able to succeed and have that support.
Yeah, if you were upset by $600 a week of unemployment, you suck. I mean, that was going to the people that make the least in our world, and it almost worked if they had just quadrupled the timeline. It would have been something majorly beneficial, but unfortunately it was a very short window, and COVID didn't turn out to be a short window. Mr. Hernandez, number 2.
I just want people to get back whatever it might be, whatever they felt like they or did lose this year. The things that they weren't able to have or do because of the situation, I hope they get to do that next year. Like for me, I want to go places. I want to do things. For people, for senior citizens who couldn't see their families, I want that to happen. Whatever you couldn't have because of the situation that was completely out of your control, I hope that you get to have it back and in spades in 2021. Eventually, and sooner the better. Just very simple.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't wait to hug my 96-year-old grandma. It's not going to be this year.
Do it softly.
Yeah, right. Very, and that's been that way for several years. But I have the type of grandma that, while she's mentally with it and still a little ambulatory, incredibly fragile, and it'll be amazing if we get to the other side of this pandemic without her ever affecting her at all, just being at my mom's house and safe, locked up. We do everything to make sure that they can stay within their 4 walls or the lap around the trailer park to get some fresh air. But similar to Brandon, they have not left since March. My grandma hasn't been really outside. So, but it's on one hand necessary, on the other hand sucks. It's a dual-edged sword. So we're going to jump into our number 2 beers of 2020, and god damn it, I have to send praise over to Abel's work, the Societe. Societe as well. The Coachman has completely replaced, and I think I made this joke last year maybe, but the Coachman has completely replaced Ponto in my life, and it's just got a little more citrusy notes to the hop profile. They're very similar as far as weight, feeling, the motivation of the time I want to drink one of either of those beers are very similar, which is the time I drink this beer is when I know I'm not drinking one beer. When I know it's going to be beer, okay, maybe some bourbon, here's another beer, Coachman. Start with Coachman. Stretch it out a little. So, I love that fucking beer. Thank you, Societe. It is terrific. Gold medal winner. Exceptional beer.
It's medal
love
too.
it.
It's a gold medal too.
Yes, it is. It is
Medal
indeed.
and medal.
Yes. Stella, your number 2 beer of 2020.
Second Chance, Better Days.
That was great too.
I really did love that beer, and I wanted to drink more, and it was gone. And then miraculously got some more. So yeah, hopefully they bring that beer back, but I thought it was delicious. It was crushable, like you guys love to say. And I just really, really love that beer. So yeah.
And a great choice as well. I really enjoyed that beer, and I hope it comes back. I like to see things that brewers intend as a one-off, latch on, and then they just hear so many people say, make that beer again, that they have to make it again. So that's great. Abel, number 2.
All right, so I have 2, but from the same brewery, though.
All right.
But it was awesome because I wanted these beers to come back because I was a huge fan of his, and he went out in 2019, came back in 2020 at Puestos.
Ooh, Doug!
Mr. Doug Hasker. His lagers, man. The Clara Lager and the Amber are my 2 favorites of this year.
Stellar choices, sir.
Yeah, Clara was delicious.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I've always loved his beers as it is, and then he went away, and it was kind of like, oh, he's retiring, he's not going to do it. And then there was that little bird that came around and says, oh, I might be opening up a new spot soon. Da, da, da. And I don't know if he ever got to sit at the pool and have margaritas, but it was good to see him back.
He got to think about the margaritas. Yeah. He only got like a weekend. He wanted a couple weeks. He got a whole weekend. I think
he got all the concerts he wanted to do. Though.
Yes, he got the concerts, but he got like he wanted to take like 6 weeks off in between, and he got like 3. Okay. Because he was in demand. Mr. Hernandez, number 2 beer of 2020, sir.
So now that I've had time to think about this, I have a 4-way tie for number 2. And I've just decided to break these into styles at this point.
Great!
This is going to be my category.
Yes.
Estella's
So,
influencing.
so this will be the West Coast IPA category, and we get a ton of IPAs. So I'm always thinking about like which ones was this one better than that one? Is this one better than that one? That one better than this one? Or this
So
one?
subjective, but yes.
So Pizza Port, today's forecast. Really loved and drank a lot of that beer. Burgeon beer, Interlock, their collaboration with Beechwood Brewery. Loved that beer, and I didn't really hear a lot about it, but for me, that was just so fantastic. You're gonna like this one, Brian. Catch Me Coastin' from Pariah.
Heyo.
That's not even like a funny inside joke. I really loved it. But if I had to give the edge to one, I like it because I don't even remember what the name was, but it was so great. It was that collaboration Sean McElhaney did with Peaceport OB. That beer.
Damn it, I don't remember the name either.
It was something alluding like Better Times Ahead or Clear Skies
Yeah.
Ahead, I think maybe something like that. But
Okay.
that beer was so phenomenal and just balanced. I mean, what do you expect from Peaceport OB, and then you add back
Yeah.
the mix and they're collaborating. It was just really fantastic. I wish I could have got more. I was lucky to try it, but all four of those beers, great.
Nice.
Very, very freaking rad, man. And good choices all around. You all did great for number 2. Let's catch. I know you care what I think, but let's go. Let's catch up. I agree, Bill. For those of you that aren't in all the beer groups, Candace, the craft beer attorney, has been offering an incredible amount of advice the last couple days, mainly because this new judgment order and what that means and interpreting all of those things is very complicated, and she's been very eloquent in explaining the risk to businesses that were reopening or about to. So just if you need advice, if you're starting a brewery, if you're starting a business of any kind, and you need to set up an agreement, Candace is a terrific lawyer.
Oh.
Support her for sure.
Ben said it was clear skies ahead.
Clear skies ahead. Thank you, Ben. Of course, you know we appreciate that. Yes, Mr. Babino, drinks. We gotta do it. Some love for Candace Moon. You start hydrating now for GABF 21. Great job, baby. I've always said that either GABF or San Diego Beer Week need to be followed by a water week. So
Can I just say, Amy saved me the last GABF we went to with those little hydration packs that she took.
I thought you were gonna say bail money.
that too. Candace, we would love for that to be your first trip to Denver. GABF, this is amazing. Yes, Liquid IV is what she's talking about, and yes, farts and pretzel necklaces. That's what GABF is all about. Maggie, come next time. When there's next time.
Mujeres trip for sure.
There you go. I think building some keg forts is a very good idea, and we should really consider making that happen someday.
Yep.
I don't know where we'd get the kegs.
If only one of us had a brewery that's not being
used for a brewery right now. Maybe. So, are you saying that you have some kegs in stock that we can sandwich with some blankets?
We could go hang out in the cold box.
Yes, Mrs. Spackman had a lovely time her first trip to Mexico, by the way, and I can imagine that it would be fun if those two got together in Denver as well. Yes, chiming in, we're joining that. I agree. So Pete, we've been talking about this, dude. Matt makes us super jealous with his massively amazing food, and as soon as it's legal, we're doing like a Babineau share show where he's just going to keep bringing us food, and we're going to talk about how awesome it is on the air.
Yeah.
And there'll be beer at some point too.
Yeah.
Yes, right, and beer, of course, and beer in there.
Well, it's not the Indie Matt show, so yes.
Right.
Yes. I thought we were already in the DMs. Anyways, yes, check it out. Yes, of course. Abel's all about the altruistic shit. And by the way, Dante, happy birthday a couple days ago. I think Facebook told me your birthday was just a couple days ago. Happy birthday, sir.
Birthday.
Yes, Pete and Matt should get in there. I agree, Bill. It's one of the first things I'm going to do as well. I cannot wait to not have to worry about where I go get some food and a beverage. That will be a wonderful time. That'll be a wonderful time. Some
wait,
more.
can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
What's the first place you guys want to eat after?
Damn, it's such a hard
Yo,
choice.
Mama's house.
Make really good food. Oh, yeah.
Really good.
I can see why.
So
Matt Babineau's. Matt Babineau's place.
if it was a normal Saturday, I would have to hit like 5 places because what I really miss is
OD40, Rabbit Hole,
Yes.
Pariah.
Keep going. You're doing good so far. North Park Brew Co.
Tiger.
Yes, a little City Tacos, maybe 619 Spirits if we're really feeling good. But just to be able to romp through my neighborhood and not care about these issues and just walk into, oh shit, I know that dude on that porch. Let's go have a beer with him. Oh shit, I know you too. Hey, try this. Think about how long it's been since you've passed your beer to a friend and say, try this. Like, I would love to do that again.
Are we ever going to be able to do that again?
I don't know.
Honestly, I don't
Think of this. How scary does a birthday cake and the person blowing out all the candles sound now? Like, I mean, 7 months ago we didn't even hesitate. Now what are we gonna do now? Wrap the cake in saran wrap?
Well, hey,
Blow out the candles, pull it up?
I go to a lot of concerts and I go to a lot of punk shows. It's scary just to think about all the sweaty bodies.
no more mosh pits, right? Like
I would go in mosh pits. I don't care how old I am. I go into them. But
now
I'm like,
you gonna be able to now? Like,
We'll see. We'll see.
How about this?
We have to have like one of those like.
microphone.
Yes. Share a microphone. You can't do that shit no more.
No, just hand it off to the next person.
Yep.
Bring your mic
Brandon,
tonight.
where do you want to eat first, Brandon?
Who, me?
Yeah, Brandon. You want to
Brandon,
go?
where do you want to eat first?
It's very simple, but I love it, and it's hard. I want to go there for the food as much as the people, as much as the atmosphere, as much as the comfort. I'd love to
Can I
go to
guess?
O'Brien's.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I love, like, it doesn't even have to be one of those special, amazing Sunday night
Yeah.
dinners that are amazing. I just
to be
love to
able
go
to go.
there and just relax, and give Tyson a hug, get a couple beers, have a Tom's Torta, and just be back to normal and enjoying it. Just the simple pleasures,
Yeah.
Even if you just walked in and Tyson happened to be there, you can just look the guy in the face and say, "Bring me whatever's good today." Like, and you know it's going to be amazing.
Of course.
I miss it.
Yeah.
I
By
miss
the way,
all of them.
check out their like family dinners they're doing and their
Yeah.
to-go things that you can pick up. Oh my God, it's such a good value, so much food. Check it out because
And the West Coast too. They're
oh yeah, West Coast
massive,
has them too.
massive for like 5 people or something. It's really
And
good.
you can choose to cook some of them or get it pre-cooked. So you have options. Like you could early on. Tyson was even doing videos where you could cook along with him like a cooking show. It was pretty cool. Pete's going to finish the year with Butcher. Pretty good choice right there. I've got a couple in there. Yes, Maggie, foretelling the future. That might or might happen. Yes, Coachman.
Hi.
Robert for 13 point. Thank you, sir. We love you. And
It was great seeing that guy
Go
the other
Robert,
day.
don't forget that beer.
yes, indeed, right? It's very important to get the beer of the week up to the beer of the week person. Anyways, thank you, Ben, for bringing Clear Skies in. Sean and Pat Forever. By the way, for those of you that know about McElhenney Brewing coming
Did you see that?
and
picture?
and may not have seen it social media, they are physically working on the brew house currently. It's real. It's happening. They are in the fucking building. The right building. The right building. It's
Like a
so
baby
rad.
being born. It's like, ooh.
Right? It's really cool. Yes, and we do need to hang out with them for sure when we can. Good question for Stella. Should we buy Brian a romper for Christmas? No, don't buy me a romper. What the hell? I don't know how on earth this became a subject on this show, but no, don't find me silly clothes.
So,
Of
so
course,
does,
get him a
Bill
onesie.
stickers? Does Bill get stickers now? Made you chuckle?
yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that absolutely that means Bill Snyder gets sticker pack. Good job, sir.
Bill. Good job, Bill. Yeah.
Well done, sir. Yeah, I would love to see Pit Abel. Like that's been a long time, I'm sure, but I
Still do
bet
it.
We'll see.
Still do it.
I was just saying, but
Yeah.
yeah, just breaking off some.
I just don't do it as much.
I'll be on the
anymore.
side holding your beer, okay? I'll be on the
No,
side.
I go in with the beer. No, nobody
No.
touches the beer.
Nobody touches a beer. Nobody touches a beer. Oh wait, this way. So O'Brien says take home beer dinner this Saturday
Oh.
and Christmas Eve is what she's saying, and Maggie's on that. I agree. They're freaking great. And then
Saturday or Sunday?
we'll be getting some love there. So much excitement. Yes, Mr. Patton, indeed. Meanwhile, Bernie Beer had a rad Macaroni collab on right now. Yes, indeed. They just released a beer from that they brewed with Pat and Sean. It's all reports. It's as good as you would think Burning Beard plus McElhenney would be.
I
So
would think that'd be
go
pretty
get me some if you're there.
Yeah,
I won't be going. I will. Yeah, yes, please, indeed. I won't be going anywhere for the foreseeable future. I'm sorry, but I may have said that, but I didn't mean to buy me a damn romper. Hi, Caesar. Do you have any?
We said his name. That's
Well, we need to know, Cesar, to say your name right. We need a pants report. Are the pants on? Very, very, very important. Kisses to you as well, Ben. All right, pants are optional for limited edition friendship. That is great. ISO limited edition friendship. No pants for trade. Yes, please come down and.
Can we go into our third beer?
Yes, indeed, we are going into our third beer. So, this is the Citra by the Sea Hazy IPA from
Is this why Cesar's on right now?
Burgeon.
I told you guys if we say his name 3 times,
Is this why he showed up? Oh.
Yes, this is why he showed up. Hey, Caesar, what? Why don't you give us the breakdown of this beer, Caesar, from the comment section? No, just kidding. Can you go wrong with a Citra Hazy IPA? Let's see.
So good.
It's great.
Oh, holy fuck. Oh, holy fuck.
Is a new song? No?
I don't know if it's a new song or not, but that is a damn good beer. I need a moment.
That's really good.
Light on the haze too, which I like for Burgeon.
Yeah, really...
Sometimes they can really be juicing, bro. But
Yeah.
The hops are super complicated, guys. It's Citra and Citra Cryo. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much time is left in the year for us to pick beer of the year?
Ooh. Wow.
Wow, that is fucking good.
Oh, by the way, congrats to Noah. He has moved on to Burgeon now from Stone. So congrats to you,
Whoa,
friend.
that's a big
Yeah.
upgrade.
Congrats to you.
Member of our brother podcast, Beer Night in San Diego. That is rad. And Caesar, I was kidding, but this is rad.
Yeah.
First off, it better be one of your most popular releases this year too, because it is fucking amazing. This beer is rad, and yes, Robert Dusenbro is great. This beer is freaking terrific. I don't know how I missed it last year. I don't care. I'm going to find more right now. I am. Apparently Noah only made it one day. I'm guessing he wore pants. But I'm sorry, Noah. Sorry, Noah. So dude. This is a 4.75
out of 10.
out of 10 in untapped cap beer for me for a haze. This beer bangs, and so don't hesitate, run, don't walk, as they say. So good
Go, 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 go.
for me. For me, again, my mouth is my mouth, and yours might be different.
Probably.
I meant the sensations and flavor profiles and enjoyment.
Oh, we all know what you meant. It's the same,
Yes!
same difference, huh?
We know what you meant
Oh
there.
my god, I fucking love you guys.
We know.
All right, so
Just don't say blow me again, okay?
Yeah.
Like, don't
I'm
hear
like,
that.
oh my god. Oh, yeah. Okay, breathe. Okay,
I think Caesar should put that on the can next time. Like that quote.
What mouth
oh my
maybe.
god, poor Matt. Okay.
Mouth sensation.
Not sometimes the beer and our friends line up,
Am I
and
blushing right now? Am I blushing?
a little bit. I'm glad we're entertaining Maggie. That's the whole point. Oh my god, I'm bad Santa. Okay, maybe a little. Not on purpose, but again, this beer is amazing. Go get it. I'm gonna finish the can. Which is rare for me to drink an entire pint on the show while we're doing the show. I have to try to keep my wits together a little bit. No.
Actually, I thought that was part of his contract when he got hired. Man, you fucked up, Caesar. You fucked up.
Oh my god, it's great. Okay. We skipped a lot of shit because Cesar showed up, and it took us on a wonderful freaking tumble. But
I'm gonna do what I drank last.
great. So let's jump back up to what we drank. All right, it's Carlsberg Crud. Oh my god, we're showing way too much love to Burgeon tonight.
You know, honestly though, this is one of my
It's-
favorite beers.
It is a killer beer.
Caesar is always there for me, even when I don't know I need him. He is there. So I love you, friend. Thank you so much. And I'll drink Burgeon all day. Man. Drink Burgeon all day.
That's rad, man.
Well, I haven't seen Caesar in years. He's never there for me, but he could be if he wanted to be. He always has to confirm
last
my
time you
news,
saw
but
him.
I haven't had a beer with that guy in years. Anyway,
I was gonna say the last time you saw him, you didn't have a beard.
I'd love to. I'd love to see him again. Caesar's the bomb. A great guy.
is.
I've known that guy
I love
forever. Like before everybody else be knowing Caesar, I was knowing Caesar, and I thought he was a really awesome dude. I still do. But the thing I drank last, let me see here. Let me look into my archives. Was this beer here? So Wild Oats. Ian Cheeseman named this beer and helped to brew
Yeah.
it
That's so rad.
under the flag of San Diego Beer News, which was so soon to be
Yes.
part of their third anniversary. But it was basically trying to redo in a more ageable fashion the Stone Bitter Chocolate Oatmeal Stout that they did for their anniversary. I believe their 12th anniversary. A beer that we both very much enjoyed, and it kind of hits on that, but it's also destined for barrels. So when you taste it, you're kind of like,
What?
wow, this is pretty bold. But then you realize it's also for barrels. When that comes out, it's gonna be great. I like drinking it straight, but I thought they really did a fantastic job. So
That is awesome.
good
Nice.
for winter.
And
Yeah.
good for
sorry.
Savagewood, and
Yeah,
good
I'm
for
talking
you.
about Savage Wood Brewing, by the way, and Scripps Ranch.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
All
that
good. Abel,
Hi, girl.
what did
Hi,
you
girl.
drink last?
All right, since we talked about it last week, and we were talking about our best holiday beers,
Ooh, the OB Crooked Tree!
Good. It is
Awesome.
so
it's
good.
amazing ass beer. I mean, like I said, it's a collab with all those breweries down in OB,
Yeah.
and it's just it melts in my mouth, man. It's just one of those like perfect
Delicious.
sensations. As Brian would say, it was just a great mouth sensation. So I'm
Glad I'm imparting wisdom on you.
If you haven't gotten this beer yet, you need to go down and get it. It's really good. And again, they have it at Thorn. You said, Estella?
They
have
do
over
have it at the. Well,
They
they
have
had
Thorn
it at
and
Thorn.
Obi.
I
at
don't
Barrio
know.
Logan,
I
right?
will investigate tomorrow and let you
Okay.
guys know.
I think I was listening to Beer for Breakfast. I think Thorn and all of them are out, but obese.
Okay.
Oh, they're out.
If I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
Okay.
OB
What
Brews.
show? I never heard of that show, but
Yeah.
anyways.
Can you yell at Danielle and ask her, please?
Oh, well, it's already 7:43. She's asleep.
Oh,
So.
she's asleep. Yeah.
That is
Crooked
awesome.
Tree, OB Holiday IPA. There's a lot of words on this can to turn around.
Yeah.
But it's a cool
delicious.
can too. So
Yeah.
there you go.
It's really cool.
Does it say the breweries on there?
Oh yeah. It's got OB Brewery, Chula Vista, and then of course BSG is part of it. White Labs, Coronado, Pizza Port, Amplified, California Wild Ales, Catch, Kilowatt, Hodads, and Thorn Brewery.
Nice.
That's a great group of breweries, and also an awesome, like, real San Diego tradition is the Crooked Tree down by the beach. It's really cool. And then me, I held it up just a second ago. Brandon was talking about Interlock, Burgeon. Let the love fest continue for the Burgeon. It is
I did not get that memo at all. Did you get that, Brandon?
Right. I don't.
I drink what I love, guys. What do you want me to say?
This was is a comment, as Brandon said, a collaboration with Beechwood and Strata Mosaic Simcoe. Yeah, that's all you need to hear. Go get it if you can. This was actually an October beer, so it's reaching its terminal velocity. Let's say you've got another week or so to drink it. I think before it's going to start, taking the typical after 2 month dive, but right now being very close to 2 months, still drinking incredibly vibrant, fresh, and bright, which is just a testament to how well they've got their canning line working and keeping their dissolved oxygen low. So congrats to you guys. It's a phenomenal beer, and I'm really glad I got to enjoy it. Let's catch up with our audience, who has been handling the participation very well this week. Good job, Matt. So this was another one of the anniversary beers from Savage with the Tamarindo.
I didn't get that.
All reports point to that was an awesome beer. So I hope that goes through. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone. You're right, Bill. Brandon should have a little more fun and go pantsless every now and again. And
How do you know?
we'll work on that restraining order for you.
He just showed up as kidding.
Maybe after the next beer. I don't know.
That's for the Mug Club.
Yes, indeed, for the Mug Club, for the after-hours show.
I want to be generous.
I believe Matt is talking about the new Burgeon location, which will open soon down here by us. We're all very, very happy that it's going to come up. Yes, Amy. So sometimes when we plan an end of the year show and don't actually plan it, this is what happens.
Lord.
And we were like, we're just going to hang out, drink some beers, right? Ready, go, break. And this is what happens. So I agree. This beer I have heard from several people that Wild Oats was a great beer. So I hope it's true, and I hope Savage was sold out. More importantly, it's a thing. And
with y'all, so you can
great, that'll be great. I vote the show that had Amy on as the wildest show of the year. Either that one or the Bill Batten episode. So first off, we had a great episode with Batten, and then the show he's referencing with Amy on it was the San Diego Beer News introductory episode, and that was one of the funnest shows of the year.
Oh, yeah.
So many different people, so many of our friends, very much like this, chaotic, disjointed, but in a funny, friendly way, and so it felt really good. Yes, Candace, thank you for joining us, lady. You've got a lot of props today, and we appreciate your expertise at being offered to the public heavily today. We saw you all over the social webs, warning people and helping them understand and how to navigate this crazy process that is happening right now. Appreciate you. Maggie went all in. getting the meat in before the show. Good job, lady.
She put her hands up like she didn't know what she was doing. You knew what you were doing. You knew exactly what you were doing.
Mrs. Spackman is talking about she was on the show, San Diego Beer News, drinking Montucky, and literally 2 weeks later, they just started being distributed here like magic. So
Amazing.
she did bring the Montucky to San Diego in some way. It's really cool, man. Yes, that show was 3 hours, and it was all the best. I don't know who's your hero, but we'll all take it. Thank you. That's really good. That's really good. Yes, we are here for you. It's the Paps with Modern Times Marketing. Speaking of Montucky,
Lord.
it is really in there. So Interlock is gone.
Bro,
Too
thank
bad.
you for that information, Caesar. Thank you.
Although you can get growler fills at
Ooh.
O'Brien.
Ben with the inside info. Thank you, sir.
40% done at Little
Yay!
Italy. Thank you for the update. So one of the great things about this new location, it will also have a Good Seed Food Company inside,
Yay!
and so we'll get to hang out with Chewy again. Well, once we can hang out, of course, all those things.
Yeah.
And yes, sometimes we have a good one for the Mug Club.
Hi, Chris.
Oh my God! And Ben just sold a growler fill for O'Brien's. Way to advocate, Ben. That's really great, man. Okay, so it's time for some of our favorite memories of 2020. Now, we've talked about some of them, but I saved one, I guess, really, but it's complicated. So let's start with Abel. What's at least one favorite memory from this year so far for you, sir?
Well, again, we talked about it earlier with me getting full-time position, but I would say doing the women's show with Estella, because I was the last time
It was so
doing
awesome.
a live show somewhere that wasn't that we were all together at Border X, and the audio that I had to deal with that day was
horrible.
fun.
That's very nice of you to say not fun, because it
Yeah.
really did. It was. I'm sure that was a very difficult edit.
But it was fun to be there and to see them talk about the women's, in the beer industry and like the stuff that they go through, the things they're going through, the Mujeres Club, like all that kind of stuff. It was just really cool and interesting to listen. And then we had like crowds there, everybody's in there watching and listening to us. And again, the audio wasn't that great. We couldn't get over the overhead speakers to project out because it was just causing a major feedback.
Yeah.
But again, that was the last time that I was able to go out and do something in a production manner, because then I think that was in March we did that.
Yeah, but
So-
first week.
So then after
First
that,
week,
that's when
yeah.
the virus hit, the pandemic hit, and we all had to stay home. So
Yeah, we recorded one more show. We didn't even publish it after that.
Right.
We at least we got to hang out together one more time,
Yeah.
and we had a fucking blast for the March Madness show, even though it never got published. But
Yeah.
whatever. Great pull, Abel. That's a good memory, Mr. Hernandez.
Well, obviously, I'm always going to be really grateful to have the opportunity to kind of introduce San Diego Beer News to people through this show. That show was so much fun, and people were so willing to be a part of it and make it extra fun. Having so many people just ping-ponging around, that was really good, and it was the closest thing to, in this pandemic, to feeling like I was hanging out with people that I really care about and being there in person. But another one is Mission Valley Craft Beer and Food Festival.
It was you guys had a blast.
That's
Yeah,
my.
so-
I didn't get to go this year, but you guys kicked butt, and you got support from one of our number one fans,
Yeah.
Mr. Babineau.
That was our last festival.
Yes,
me
it
and
was.
Estella took that thing on, and it was just great talking to people. And I was able, because I had talk and stuff, I didn't drink as much as I probably would have normally, which
I
meant
did.
that after. Oh, that's all right. It's all good. But the good part was that afterwards, I felt so good that me and Ian Cheeseman came back to my house and got fucked up.
There you go.
We opened barley wine and barrel-aged Imperial Stouts. My wife and her brother came home, and my brother-in-law says, he's used to seeing me normal. He's like, I've never seen Brandon so fucked up in my life.
Yes.
We were laughing, having a great
Damn
time
it,
going to the taco
Cheeseman.
shop, like being driven to
You
the
guys
taco
have said
shop
his
like
name
we
like
did.
3-4 times. He's gonna appear. just like
Who,
Cesar did.
who
Stop it.
Cheeseman?
Yes.
And Ian forgot his phone and wallet at my house. He had so much fun. It was
That's how bad it was.
so it was like a full day of decadence and greatness, but it all started off with what me and Estella did, and we just had a great time. And it was great to be there for that event and just see people and just have the conversations offline and then bring them online. And it was just such a natural transition from having a great conversation to bringing it on air, and it's like you're getting the real deal. I love that the best. That's what I like about our show is that people come on, they kind of know us, they get to know us throughout the show, and everything is so authentic. The conversations that we have, they're not just scripted and boring.
Scripted would take a lot of work. We just don't have time for that. No, really, we prefer this to be natural.
Brian, that was my line.
I'm very sorry. I'm very.
You didn't read the script, did you?
Shit. I'm sorry. Sorry, dude.
Edit that out, Abel.
I'll have my agent credit you the 3 lines. Very sorry. Estella.
So mine was also Mission Valley.
Which is great.
Because I had such a good time with Brandon. And just like Brandon, I went after to Burning Beard Anniversary and got fucked up.
I remember you. She passed us in the parking lot, and she's like hanging out the window. Bye. Wonder where she's going. Now I know.
It was the Burning Beard Anniversary. They've always been there to support me and all of my events, and it was the first time that it fell on the exact same day, so they couldn't be there. But yeah, it was.
Oh, that was a great karaoke. That was great karaoke that night.
From what I remember, I had a great time.
From what I remember,
I had a great time. So, yes. And from what my credit card says, I had a great time. So yes.
I was at the last marriage I went to for the year during Mission Valley, which is why I missed Mission Valley. Some good friends of mine were getting married, and obviously you can't choose a beer fest over your friend's marriage, or you're a real piece of shit.
Can't you?
I mean, could they have gotten
no. As much as there's many excuses for missing an invitation, I'm sorry, I'm obligated to this beer fest. Not marriage.
Right.
So
understandable.
Yeah, but you guys had a blast. It was clear in that show audio just how much fun you guys were having, and I think anytime we have fun, it really translates to a better show in general. If we're really enjoying what's going on, or even if we're just super interested in the guest, I think all those things just translate and add authenticness and kind of what we're about, just being us. So it's really cool. For me, 5 shows stood out to me this year as pleasures on my side, like moments that I will always remember as a craft beer aficionado, fan, advocate, podcaster, blogger, whatever the fuck you label me in the end of what I'm doing. But first off, Greg Cook from Stone, I have been chasing that guy since the day I started talking about beer, and it was awesome to finally get to sit down and talk to him, air quotes, face to face, digitally. I had met him, 2 or 3 times at festivals in that quick 2-second beer way where you're like, "Oh yeah, dude, you're you," and he goes, "Yeah, I'm me. Isn't it nice?" And then you walk along and you go on to your festival, and and you have that 3 seconds like you met a celebrity. But it was nice to actually talk to him. And also, we had a wonderful timing with that show. Like, it was right before the negative side of COVID hit Stone, and they had to make some very, very difficult decisions. So at least we didn't have to, because we would have had to have brought them up if all the layoffs and stuff happened. But anyways, that's not the point. The point was, it was awesome to have him on the show. I had been chasing him for many years in my air quotes craft beer time. Ballast Point, welcoming them back to the indie beer side of the world, and getting to hang out and joke with Colby right to his face about all the shit I had thrown at them for 5 years, since when they were sold for $1 billion. It was really, what's the right word? Cathartic. It was like a really good therapy session for me to bring that full circle, and then also to hear and now see 6 months later how devoted to bringing back some of the old Ballast Point mojo the new owners are. So congrats to Colby for getting his freedom back. First off, to be the brewer that he is and keep developing new beers and new flavor profiles. But then also was rad that, that a whole repurchase back to this side of our world where it happened. Then at the time, Chula Vista Brewing, they joined they came on the show at a very tense moment of this year during protests for Black Lives Matters, and it was really awesome to get his viewpoint out to the public. I felt I was really proud of that show. It was great that they were able to. That in the middle of all this, they're still building another location in Eastlake, and they're still planning on expanding as soon as that's allowable. So that's really good. And then following that up with the actual Black is Beautiful show, where we had Marcus from Weathered Soul on, and
we've had some freaking amazing shows.
We've had some really good shows this year, and that show, as far as like social commentary, was only topped by Oak Park. When exactly OPB, Theodore Mack Jr., eloquent, had a amazing viewpoint, and we could feel his father's and his multi-generational, lifelong struggles with these issues we've been talking about in our country all year, of prejudice and difficulty and overcoming odds based on just the way you look. And he was incredibly eloquent and powerful. That was some powerful content.
The way he came in and just dropped knowledge on us that like we weren't aware that we needed to know was friggin' amazing. And
truth bombs.
It was obviously, it was mind blowing. I think all of us were so quiet that show, and I don't think we'd ever been that quiet in any show, because we just wanted to hear him
I've been quiet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Producer Abel.
That's going to happen. That's going to have to change soon, Abel.
But yeah, just the things that he was saying to us, and just the way that he speaks and how eloquent he speaks is just amazing. And it was just a great show. It was just a great show.
He has a talent for conveying emotion in the way he speaks, in his speech pattern, that is rare. I mean, he deserves to be a paid speaker on. There's circuits that pay people a lot of money for that type of stuff, and he should be one of them.
Yep, absolutely.
His book is coming out soon, so hopefully we'll be able to support that when it does. But this isn't going to be all super happy. However, we have a fifth voicemail, ladies and gentlemen. We're closing out the year.
Oh my God.
I know, it's crazy. with a voicemail. Here we go.
Beep, bop, beep, bop, beep.
Hello, friends. I was just hoping to be the fifth person to leave a voicemail. It is 8:01 on Monday, December 7th. I think it's the first day. It's the first day of lockdown again. And I'm not sober. I miss you guys. I saw Estella recently. I think I don't even know, maybe 3 weeks ago or something, at Mujeres Brew Club, and it was wonderful to see you. But dude, I miss in-person friendship. I miss you guys. Yeah, that's all. I'm just going to be super vulnerable right now, alone, and saying that I love you guys. I love you, friends. And that's it. That has nothing to do with like hops or ruler or any other shit. Just love you, friends. Be well.
Thank you, Liz. And we miss you, and we love you, lady.
Cheers to Liz.
And
I love you. I love you,
cheers.
friend.
thank you so
love
much for
you so
taking the time to call in and have a moment of realness with us. We're all about it, and thank you for being our final voicemail, filled with that amount of emotion. A little choked up, so we love you. Virtual hug, and hopefully that can be replaced by a real hug very, very soon.
I'll tell you guys a real quick funny story about that night that I saw her.
Please.
She semi-dislocated my shoulder that night.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like tackle hug or something?
Like ran up behind me, tackle hugged me. Because of the car accident I was in 2 years ago. My right shoulder has never been the same. And when she hit me, she knocked the wind out of me, and I heard my shoulder pop. I was in a sling for a few days after that. I didn't want to tell her that, but that's what happened. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She
Well,
really loved seeing me again. So
awesome.
that one really it got to me because it's true. She was just so happy to just be able to see me again, and just I miss her so much. Like I can't explain to you guys how much I miss her.
She
That's
was
great.
often in the
And
background at our shows when we used to record, not on StreamYard, but back at Tapcraft.
Yeah.
A lot of shows where she was just kind of in the background hanging out. And, like we off the air, we'd be talking and have a great old time. And yeah, so we miss you too. It's really touching, actually. Appreciate it.
She was the old school listener. Instead of all these comments on the side, she was the old school one. Used to.
I love the comments on the side. I don't know what's wrong.
I'm not saying you don't love them. I'm just saying she's old school style, where she was actually there.
She was the original Peanut Gallery member.
Yeah,
for sure.
She would text me and be like, "Where are you guys recording?" Tapcraft. Okay, I'll be there.
Even before Tapcraft, even where we're at, God damn it, what was it called on Robinson? All San Diego Brew Project. Like, ouch,
Brew
my brain.
Project.
Even back at Brew Project, she would come
San
to
Diego
our
Bow
recordings.
Project.
Yes, exactly, San Diego Bow Project. So let's catch up. Yes, Chef Chewy is also doing their virtual anniversary, 4th anniversary beer dinner for Cesar.
Yes.
Really, it's for Burgeon, even though we like to let Cesar think it's all his. And we have to get in on it. It'll be great. Yes, I think you can buy this now. I think here he said, wait. Oh wow, we have more of these than I scrolled too far, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they just went on sale, Candace. So you can get that. Bill saw that, I guess. So good job. I will always love Facebook Messenger videos with everyone drunk as hell in the beginning of lockdown. So this is what, at the very beginning of lockdown, 50, 80, 100 of us, give or take, on any Wednesday night, Tuesday night, random Saturday, noon, whatever, we would just start Facebook chat rooms all over and drink together.
Thank you to Krista from Pariah for starting that, because
Right?
she's the reason why we all started doing that, and we would all jump on Messenger and do these videos where you had to scroll pages to see everybody. But yeah, we would and we were all drunk. We were all drunk. Yeah.
Hang out and have 3 or 4 beers in a half an hour.
We didn't know what to do with each other. Yeah.
80 friends. Why not? That's right.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we covered that one already. That one we covered for real. For the very ancient, just occurred to me, Brandon is San Diego's Dick Cavett. That's a pretty good compliment, actually. Thank you, Bill. Says I remembers half.
Keanu Reeves to Dick Cavett? What is
right? It's full circle.
It's been a rough year.
2020.
Cesar remembers half of the 3rd anniversary party of Burgeon. By all accounts and purposes,
No, I
a
think he's
legendary time.
I think
It
he's
was
talking about Mission Valley.
Either way, either way.
I think he's talking about every festival he goes to. So it doesn't matter.
Matt, I would think that Energen Unfiltered Helles on Cask would be the best beer anywhere. That brewery excels at lagers, and to have it on cask must have been really good. Yes, the Burning Beard anniversary party I think was also the same day, and that's always really good fun. Damn it, I missed 2 beer festivals for my friend's wedding. Anyways, it just shows you that I actually like him.
Look at that, we're
Candace
selling
jumped
stuff.
on right up.
Yes,
Wait.
yes.
I think that means we get a commission, right? For every
Right.
ticket we sell while we're on air. A small donation will be made to the San Diego Food Bank in your honor. Anyways, go take care of the tiny human, Cesar. One thing we cannot say about you is that you are not a great dad. Take care of your daughter, man. That's great. Yes, wow. Yeah. Robert did the same thing. I can't believe he had to work after, though. Oof, I
think Robert was still wearing his boot at the time, his little leg boot from the burn. So he was a trooper that day.
Absolutely. And yet here we still are with Watermelon Dorado.
all day.
Oh, I get it now. The pink shirt, watermelon.
Yeah, it's all part of it. Yes, most of Ballast Point's beers are awesome, and then also there's Watermelon Dorado. Yes, Colby is great. No. Maybe in 2015. Thank you for the support on the Black is Beautiful Black is Beautiful show. It was really good. Thank you, Bill, for being on my side of things. I know I'm a mouthy motherfucker, and I know that you may not agree that taking care of your fellow man and treating people with respect is important, but it is to me, and it's been very rewarding that the members of this show have been on the same page, and that the vast majority of my friends and colleagues and even slight acquaintances in the beer community, for the vast majority of those people, believe in treating people with respect and treating people right. And I'm very, very lucky. We did also get the other side. We also totally got attacked by Trumpers, and we got a whole string of 1-star reviews in iTunes this year because I said something anti-Trump. Watch me. Fuck Trump. And,
bring on the 1-star review.
Luckily, we have enough friends that believe in what we're doing to counteract those. But, sometimes when you say things as radical as all people are important, and that all viewpoints and all cultures should be respected, apparently that makes me insane. So there you go.
Makes all of us insane because we're all on the same page.
It's crazy. Maggie's dying. These are the reactions to Liz's voicemail. By the way, Mr. Raymond tried to leave us a voicemail in a similar fashion in the middle of the year, when at a very emotional time of the year. And for whatever reason, only about 15 seconds was recorded. But I can tell you, it would have devastated us on air if I played it. Even
it would have
the
made
15,
me cry.
It made me cry, and I only heard 15 seconds of it. So, Ben, we love you. Thank you for being honest and vulnerable with us as well. Mondo, great beer.
The pictures.
Could never go around.
No, he was in one of the pictures with Liz.
Oh, yes.
He was in one of the pictures
with Liz. You're right. We're still on Liz. And yes, Rudy, we could feel it too. And you, of course, as a small business owner, feel it too. This year's been brutal. Yes, very, very emotional moment. Cheers to Liz, indeed. That's rad. That's where Matt first met Jess from Ale Tales at the Tibbs Bottle Share, which was really a lot of fun.
The Tibbs Bottle Share.
I miss our friends and our fans. Maybe some other day. Yes, exactly. Yes, you missed all the early junk videos. We can have them now, Robert. There's no reason why we can't have a drunk video chat every day between Christmas and New Year's. If anyone wants in on that, let's just make it happen. I'm there for.
Brian, hi.
Brian, high five to Brian. He great dude. Took one of the biggest chugs I've ever seen off the Sorai Cup when Burgeon won with Trivana. Well done, sir. I still remember that. Damn it, Ben. So that's right. He just reminded me. He called after Larry Smith's death, and that's why if that voicemail had been recorded, it would have devastated us. Honorary patron for life, friend of the show, one of our biggest supporters ever. And just a genuinely awesome dude that we lost this year, and it really sucks.
God.
I would think this is rad that Brian gave a real answer. Brian, we were throwing around shitty answers early on in the show. Thank you for being honest. But 20 half barrels an hour is a lot. That's 160 in a day. That's insane. These are people that are down for our in between Christmas and New Year's drinking times. Chugging out of a boot for time. I didn't get to see that one, but that is awesome. I like any time. No, like is a strong word. I will watch and laugh about any time someone is drinking out of a weird container like their own shoe. Yuck! Why would you do that?
Why?
But I'll watch and laugh at you. No problem. Love you, Brian. You're a good dude. So, damn it, I don't know which way to go. Let's do beer 4.
Oh yeah, we've been drinking it for a minute now.
Yeah. So, Zumbar from the perennial underrated New English Brewing Co. here in San Diego. Chocolate coffee Imperial Stout. This beer early on in the Sorai Cup was always in the finals. This beer again another beer that has consistently been fucking amazing in our city and sometimes gets overlooked. Bronze in 2016, gold in 2015. From
GABF, right?
Yes, at GABF. It's right there on the can, actually. Which I always love it when someone throws their medals on the can.
Hell yeah!
Although Tabula Rasa would run out of room because it's just go. But whatever. Perennial Sorai Cup finalist, terrific brewery, really good dude that owns New English. Simon's a terrific human.
Yes,
they make exceptional beer. They have a very really cool outdoor patio now.
So if you want
to visit them in Sereno Valley, but great place, amazing beer, and out of all beers on the show, let me just double check. This was the least expensive beer out of the 4. So now it's only by 25 cents. But kudos, man. That you're selling a high ABV beer at 225, 240 a can.
Really high ABV compared to all the other ones, actually.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Smaller serving size than the Czech Pils, but whatever.
Do you need more? Can you see that? Shit. I don't know.
It's 9.3%. So for if you can't read it. And
there it is.
Abel got the focus. Phenomenal beer. Very enjoyable. Again, similar to Nut Brown, a beer that I have to remind myself is so good and go back and get it. So hopefully I can keep remembering to do this at least a couple times a year because this beer needs to remain a staple forever.
What's next, Brian?
Brandon, have they been doing this beer for a minute or?
Yeah, minute.
Since day one.
Not since day one, but more like 2014.
I think 2014, 2013 was when it came out. Yeah.
Wow.
But it's made with.
It took them 4 or 5 years to get to it, but once they did, you're like, whoa, this is special.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's rad. And Amy's backing us up. Yes, their patio's rad. So you got to get there. And I'm glad you enjoyed going back to it. That's really good. You're right. Tabula Rasa will win anything it's in. So I
I'm like, Stanley Cup is strong statement, but
yes, right. But
I'm
Well,
going
they
to say
should-
that
they-
because I
they
think
should-
I'm the only hockey fan here. But
Well,
I'm
they should
going
make
to
the- they should
say,
make
I'm
the
going to say
tabula
Stanley Cup
rasa.
is a little strong. A little strong to me.
Well, they should make the tabula rasa the actual trophy, like the Lombardi trophy. Like it didn't come around until Vince Lombardi, so
Yeah.
maybe
the-
that should be the trophy right there, as a can of tabula rasa.
the medal for the porter category is a can of tabula rasa.
There you go.
That's really cool. But,
Or yeah,
I
Marty Mendiola doing this.
I will always take to my something that I'm super proud of is that the Sorai Cup was the first award that beer won, and 4 months later, we were. I don't remember where we were traveling home from, but I was in the Chicago airport streaming the GABF awards on my phone. 3 other random people, because this is just how life used to be when you could talk to people. 3 other random people noticed I was watching the GABF stream, all huddled around my phone, and 2 of them were from San Diego, people that we just ran into in Chicago, and we all got to see Tabula Rasa take it home its first gold, which I think was
Cool.
5 or 6 years ago. So it was just a weird random moment I will always remember of
Right.
something actually good happened to me in a airport. I mean, most of my interactions with airports suck, but for that moment, I was having fun. So let's do 2 things. Number 1, let's give an Indie Beer Show T-shirt to someone. This
Ooh,
a
T-shirt.
this will take a month to get to you, whoever you are, future winner. That's just the reality of what do you call merchandise fulfillment in the COVID era.
It's worth the wait.
But it
I
is
was gonna
worth
say,
the wait.
Good things come to those who wait. So yeah.
You will get to choose the color and size, so at least it will fit you, air quotes, and be the one that you want. So to choose a winner, I want to know who noticed what episode number tonight's episode is. It's a big one for us here at the Indie Beer Show. First person that comments with the correct episode number, we're going to send you a T-shirt. And if no one does that, I'll make up some other fucking way you can win. But let's see if anyone knows what episode number we're on, because I think tonight it was a perfect episode number to end 2020 with. So that's great.
It was. It really was.
Speaking of the end
Episode
of
420, right?
pretty close. Speaking of the end of 2020, we thought we would just talk about some things that we want to we foresee for the beer industry next year, or want to see from the beer industry next year. And so 69, close, Jones. Close. It's Jay. Very close.
Jones,
He was
Jay
coming.
Jones.
Amy, I guess, doesn't know. And Brian is close in the other way. And no. So 666, Maggie. Thanks for all the credit. So 17 years of Indie Beer Show.
Away from us. Come on.
17. We're celebrating our 17th anniversary here at the Indie Beer Show, episode
No,
666.
Satanas.
It's right.
No, gracias.
So the reason why this is hard is the only way you would know the episode numbers is if you paid attention to the podcast being distributed in a podcast player. Because 2 years ago, when we first started the Indie Beer Show, we're like 2.5 years in now, but when we first started, iTunes stopped accepting podcast episode numbers. And so it's only in the other audio players. So if you're a Apple podcast listener, which is most of our audience, or at least half of our audience, you may not even know what episode this is. And so we'll give it a couple more minutes, and then if no one kisses it, we'll come up with a different way to win. But let's start with April.
If they don't know, we should just ask them how many tattoos I have. and then we'll see. We'll go that route. It's less than the number of shows we've done.
Is it though? Is it
665.
Damn it, Brandon.
But
Giving away the answers, Brandon. Come on.
let's start with Abel. Put your procrastinating hat on. Not your procrastinating, your future telling hat on, and tell me something you foresee for the beer industry in 2021.
I see a lot more collabs. I see
right?
a lot more. I see a lot more people getting back together because COVID's going to be somewhat gone. It's not going to be fully gone, and then people are going to get back together. More breweries are going to hit up. There's going to be a lot more festivals,
Ooh,
and
festivals coming back.
I feel that's going to be the route. It's still going to be a little bit questionable on how people feel about it, but I feel that they are going to come back. So that's where I see the beer industry kind of going, because I mean, everybody knows about craft beer. They just still need to promote it. They still need to get it out there. So that's where I see it going in 2021. That's if this whole vaccine and COVID and everything's working great. I'm not against it. I just don't want to be a part of that commercial 30 years down or 10 years down the line. We're like, hey, were you part of the COVID vaccine? You know, we're suing. Anyways, yes.
I don't want to either. That's why I'm hoping, like, you know,
Damn.
the first rounds prove that it's not that. And we've got a really good chance that this one will be much safer than past vaccines because a massively different approach. And so hopefully this new approach it's not solely reliant on really harsh chemicals in your body. So hopefully that will ring true and the science is good.
Well, again, but I'm a little bit biased on that because I work in the marketing and promotion side of things and concerts. So like, I want that to come back.
Yes, I agree.
Like, I'm like, that helps
Hi,
me.
ditto.
I was like, that helps me. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I have several friends that are event managers or event production people that haven't worked in, since very early March. It's very difficult.
Since
Mr.
Mission Valley Craft Beer and Food Fest.
Yeah, basically. You guys
Since
shut it
Mission
down.
Valley Craft Beer and Food
That
Fest.
day of Burning Beard, Burgeon,
That did it.
and Mission Valley, it was too much, and it shut it down.
I mean, if I had to go out on my last hurrah, Burning Beard anniversary was probably the best way to go. So, not complaining. Not complaining.
That's right. Mr. Hernandez, give us a prediction.
I believe we're going to see a lot more entrance into the brewing scene, a lot of new brewing companies from new entrepreneurs. Maybe people who didn't want to get into it at the height because it was a little more difficult, but for a number of factors, including the fact that people will go out of business, have gone out of business. It's going to happen. I'm talking about United States, entire United States. There will be facilities unused that are going to go for a song. And if there's one thing we've learned historically throughout the brewing industry all over, is that whenever there's a big, terrible thing that occurs, this big dip, there's always people that are able to capitalize on that, be it big beer or entrepreneurs who want to get in there and give it a go. So I think it's going to be a real buyer's market. There's going to be a lot of new people I have to meet as a journalist who are going to be wanting to open breweries here in San Diego. I mean, you saw how fast Escondido Brewing got snatched up by Burgeon, which is rad. But I mean, could have been better situation. Just like
Iron Fist.
Yeah, pick that venue, no problem. I think it could be a really good thing too. I mean, anyone who's willing to wait around by their time until it's advantageous to open a business is probably pretty savvy as well. And so you'll see people going in who maybe have a certain amount of business acumen to where they can make go of it, and they're more business minded, and that's always good for breweries. A lot of people are like, it should be a passion project, it should be this or that. I'm like, yeah, it should, but you should always have professionals who know what the hell they're talking about in the management level and the executive level versus a bunch of people feeling around blind like this, which for many years was kind of a lot of breweries. But now you're seeing, hopefully we'll see people again who like know how to make a sustainable business. And so it's really like airtight for things that come along, normal things, not a pandemic. But I look forward to seeing who will come in, like do things like pay a brewer a good wage, pay tasting room staff a good wage, not just say, hey, you're just here for the beer discount. I would love to see a lot of new people enter this field, pay people what they're worth, build a sustainable business, and lift craft beer more than it's ever been, and make it more safeguarded for things that could happen in the future. Boy, that was big.
That was a really good win. That was really good, actually.
So that's my Karnak. That's what I see that could potentially happen, and I really hope it does.
I do as well, because that would lead to a brighter tomorrow, which is, I think, overall what we're all hoping for, and really, we need a good, hopeful, positive year to counteract this one. Estella.
Well, I don't have their foreseeable future. What I would like to see is actual just clean, delicious, crisp beer. Not so many adjuncts, not so many adding this, adding that. I want to go back to just a delicious lager, a delicious, West Coast IPA. That would be amazing for me. And that's what I'm hoping is going to happen in the coming year. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but I'm just here to drink the beer, guys. So yeah, just
Well, we have some comments that I think will make you feel pretty good.
Stop it, Ryan.
That's pretty
Stop.
good. That's pretty good, right?
No.
So some pretty good comments. So
Ah.
hopefully you have some success. Um, my what I see three things for 2021. First off, the craziest beer you've ever heard of will be brewed in
Lord.
2021. So
Cream cheese IPA.
Cheese!
right?
Cream cheese IPA. Cream cheese IPA.
If you think that Fruit Loop gelatinous slime beer is the craziest beer you've ever heard of, you just fucking wait for 2021. I don't know what's coming, but I know it's going to be crazier than that.
Beef beer.
If history has told us anything, we will continue to make the craziest thing over and over and over again until we don't even know what crazy is anymore. And hopefully we come back around to, oh shit, the crazy beer is just 4 ingredients. That would be amazing. But so number one, I think we'll see the craziest freaking beer. Number two, I think we're gonna start to see some positivity. We have seen a year of nothing but the doldrums, the dregs, whatever you want to call it, just kicking rocks, dragging our feet in the sand. And I think, with the vaccines coming, hopefully getting the virus under control, hopefully leading to late in the summer, people being able to get back out and be public. Hopefully we're going to see a year that brings us some hopefulness and some positivity. And then the last thing, the one thing I know for true will happen is that we cannot possibly predict what 21 is going to bring. This year was insane, and it's still kicking, and it's December 17th, and it's not letting go. It's got a death grip on all of us, and it's not loosening up at all. 2020 is insane. But 2021 will definitely bring us something that we cannot predict or forecast. There's going to be something nuts there as well. So beware.
Did we do this in 2019?
So we did this exact same thing, and we
should go back and look and listen and see, and we should have replayed it tonight.
My number one hope for 2020. I do remember this vividly for whatever reason. My number one hope for 2020 was more social, less media. That did not work out.
Wait, sure did not.
That did not work out. I was hoping that 2020. I don't.
I was like, I don't remember.
I know it's pretty funny that I don't remember your comment.
We should have done that.
It's very sorry, but yeah, lost opportunity. But so I think we're gonna see some nuts stuff. We're gonna see some positive and hopeful stuff, and then we're gonna see something there's no way we can get, like something that makes murder hornets seem timid. For sure, is gonna happen next year, right? Exactly. The monoliths are going to turn out to be aliens, and the people that say it was them are liars. Whatever. Something insane. Let's go. Anyways, okay. Last bit of bad news before we close it out with thanking people for being awesome. And it's not really bad news, really, but change is coming. My time with the Indie Beer Show is coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen. I love you all. But at the end of March, I'll be not moving on to some other podcasting thing, just moving away from a weekly commitment to beer. I love beer. I've advocated for San Diego craft beer for more than a decade through blogging and podcasting and my craft beer groups and all of that. And I need to focus on life. Nothing happened. Sometimes these type of things are triggered by someone that has an issue with alcohol or a life problem. None of that is true.
Was it me? Was it me?
No, it's not you. I
Was it
love
me?
you, Abel. No, I love all of you.
It's the children, isn't it? It's the children.
It's definitely the children. It's definitely children for sure. But I am a year or 2 years away from putting in some extra hard work from being able to own a home in San Diego County, and I think that is more important for my future, and my wife's future, and my furry children's future. Let's say, and I can't do what I need to do to get myself in a home at the same time as doing this amazing show. These humans are awesome. They are going to continue on. Also, I think it's also fitting that the three of you are continuing on as members of actual members of the beer industry. I mean, I'm not. I have always been a fan. I have always been an advocate. I have always been in love with the San Diego craft beer world. Somehow I was the first person to put SD beer on their license plate. These are just things that I love, but I have never had a job in beer. And it's not because I don't love the industry. It's because, as Abel can attest, and Estella very soon, and somewhat Brandon from his history, people in the beer industry don't make any money. And I love that you do it for the love. But I have to put a house on the table. And I love you all. I'm going to miss you all. We got 3 months left together. I'm not leaving till the end of March. Hopefully, and this is my goal, is to get, I've got like 2 or 3 breweries that I've always had on like my, what do you call that?
Our white whales. Let's go.
Exactly.
Let's go.
So we're gonna do our best to get those last white whale-ish breweries on the show here in early 2021. Yes. Oh, busted. So anyways, that was the last sad thing. I love you all. I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be here. I'll still be doing the Sorai Cup. I'll still do, if that is allowable by then. I'll still be doing the annual food drive forever. I'll still run the Plexus. I'll still be available.
Guest host a lot.
I'll fill in. I'll guest host.
So you're going to be right above Travis. Like you're the
I was about to say we don't need another co-host. Stop it, Travis. Stop it.
I didn't think we need another co-host. I'm just saying he's above Travis. He's right above Travis. That's all.
It's not a competition.
I just want to tell you how excited I am to be on the most Mexican of all craft beer podcasts.
It has now turned to the Indie Cerveza show.
Yes,
Indeed.
So over the next 2 or 3 months, like if you guys have anything that you've ever been like, oh, I wish they would do that, let me know. Let's get it. Let's get it all. Let's get everything you've ever wanted out of this show on the table. Let's make sure that we don't leave any rock unturned. If you guys are interested in something in particular, let me know. That's Brian at indie.beer. And otherwise, we owe 53 individuals an incredible amount of thanks. This show is not possible without the support of amazing people out there, several of them commenting all freaking night. If you go to patreon.com/the Indie Beer Show and you support us at $6 a month or more, that's what we call the pint level. We have to shout you out every week. And this week, we have a great cast to shout out. Let's start with Ben, who's listening right now. I always love it when our patrons are here. Bill Benzel, who is here. Brian and Krista from Pariah. Brian Goo, the most echoey name of all patrons. Captain Eli, Casey, Dan Diego's, who at least was here earlier. Dante from Pariah, who was here earlier. David Martin, past producer of the show, might be on a plane right now.
No, he's already in Vermont.
He's already in Vermont. So he's
already
enjoying.
in Vermont. Yep.
He decided to enjoy winter in Vermont. Might be a good fucking move. Good job, dude.
He is the best producer on the East Coast.
He is.
That's all I gotta say.
That is awesome. Doug from Quaff, Garen from Beer Alien, and also Quaff, but Beer Alien. Greg Prince from Stone, the Indie Beer Show brand, COVID-19 pandemic, socially distancing Zorball LLC. Thanks to Greg and Maggie, who was listening. Hoppy Craftsman Podcast. James, Jared, who was here earlier, also from Quaff. We've got a lot of supporters from Quaff. We love you, Quaff. Jason, Judith the beer historian, Kenneth, honorary patron for life, Larry Smith. Ugh. Liz, for the lady who left us an amazingly touching voicemail this week. Thank you, Liz. We appreciate it. Matt and Kenneth Bobino. Matt from the Perfect Pour. Miguel, who is out in Texas. Mr. Peacock from Tapcraft. We love you. Mike Sahagan. Nathaniel Norman. OC Brew Girl. Pacific Beer Chat all the way up in Canada. Robert from 13 Point, who is commenting right now. Rudy from Jolly Spaceship, who was here earlier. Sergio Nigos and Jagus Vay. Thank you all. You guys are the best. Let's get caught up with this.
Get all the
Here,
love you deserve, please.
Ben Haha and Back Channel Brewing still doing. Okay, wait. This is what he's talking. Remember when IPAs in a bowl? And Back Channel Brewing.
Still too much.
What the hell? Serving IPA in a bowl. It's really cool.
Still too much.
It's okay, Maggie. I'll still be around. It's all okay. I'm not going anywhere. Sorry, Matt. Maybe by the time this comes around, I'll be able to eat at your house. I don't know what was true, but I love you, Amy.
At his place.
Right? Exactly. Yes, you can nominate Amy to be on the show.
No, he can't. We all remember her. We all remember her at Theft.
Sorry.
No.
There you go.
No.
She has bail money for you. I mean, she has water.
No.
We used to do Ask Me Anything Fridays in the Plexus. Maybe I'll have time to do this. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see if we can bring it back. I would love to collab with Travis. As much as he is a shit talker, he actually is a good brewer. So that would be fun. Maggie volunteers. We love.
No, Maggie, stop it. No, we're good. We're good. Thank you all
Brian,
for volunteering. We're fine. Thank you.
Yeah, Brian, I freaking love you. I'll have a beer with you anytime. Once things are legal to have beers with friends. Robert, thank you so much for listening. We love you, and I cannot wait until we can actually have beers again. The spreadsheet we keep mentioning. bit.ly/help-sdbeer2. Yes, it has to be SDBeer2. The first one got hijacked, so the new one is appropriate. Jay, we freaking love you, man.
I love you. Trish. I love Trish.
Oh, we love you, Maggie. Don't listen to Estella's attitude. It's okay. Don't worry about that.
That's fine. Don't listen to me, but that's what it is.
Yes, don't listen.
Don't listen, but that's what it is.
Don't take it negatively. That's what I meant. You can reach us at cheers@indie.beer. We're at Indie Beer Show in Twitter, The Indie Beer Show on Insta and Facebook. If you want to be the first person to leave us a voicemail for next year, that's 619-798-6038. Thank you to everyone that joined us tonight. The comments and the participation from the fans tonight was amazing. I fucking love you all.
Yeah.
For Happy Kwana Kamis. Feliz
Number
Navidad.
Number ones.
Number uno. That's what they say on Mexican.
Guys, just chill.
Thank you so much for falling for the oldest gag in Indie Beer Show history. Our number ones, let's start with our number one beers of the year. We'll start with Estella. Your number one beer of the year, lady.
Okay, so this is a weird pick, but I picked this because it brought my dad into craft beer. Buena Vesa, which now I have to have in his fridge at all times. I buy it by the case for him now. So, Buena Vesa, if you haven't tried it, try it. Yes, exactly. Yes, it just
very enjoyable.
It's a delicious beer. If it can get my 87-year-old dad to drink craft beer, I mean, come on. Like, honestly. Oh, Trish is here. Hi, friend. Hi.
Oh, hi, Trish.
So, yeah. But that is my number one beer because it got my dad drinking craft beer. So now he gets mad at me if he doesn't have it in the fridge. So, yeah.
Well, keep that man stocked. Keep that man stocked.
Of course.
Mr. Garcia, your number one beer, sir.
All right. So I'm only going to mention this because it's my honorable mention. And it's only because it
Do you have a tie?
No. There was a brewer that was opening up, and it wasn't ready yet. And I was really excited for it. But then somehow I became a part of some collab that I helped brew.
Yeah, you did.
And then, it wasn't like that. So again, if you guys didn't know, I helped collab beer called Catch You on the Flip Side, Carl Strauss Society. That was my beer of the year. But before that, because I don't want to take shade from the person I wanted to. It was Bill Batten. Bill Batten's beers over there at Tap Room has been one of the greatest beers that I've had. I go there like at least once a week. I'm kind of like Brian with Pariah. Like I go to Tap Room. I just don't talk about it as much. But Bill sees me there all the time. Their Citra Starburst is one of my favorites that he makes over there, and the Lupin, I think it's a Lupin Rain, is one of my favorites there too.
Delicious
So
beer.
I go there at least once a week. And have one of those beers and hang out and talk with Bill. And we just talk about records because we're both into music. But Bill Batten's beers, everything that he makes, literally, to me, in my mouth sensation, has been always great. Bill knows how to reach my pinnacle beerness. So
yes,
Wait,
excellent.
what do you order to eat when you go? Just so I know.
Oh, I'm all over the place there. I've had the steak and fries, the chicken strips, buffalo style. I've had I think it's the lobster mac and cheese, or something the breakfast mac and cheese, which is I go there brunch too. See, I go there a lot, and then what is it? The Cardiff crack plate? I think they have something like that. It's called like that. So yes,
Delicious.
I order so much from there. But yes, Batten beer, as Jay Jones said, it's one of those. It was one of those things. I fell in love with his style of brewing for a long time, and it was I was so excited when he finally got a spot, and it's like literally 5 minutes down the street from me. So I just walked there.
Yeah, right on. Cool.
But yes, catch you on the flip side. That was it.
Hey,
Yes.
And Brandon, go.
Yes.
Actually, Catch Me on the Flip Side almost made it into my 4-pack of IPAs. I really enjoyed that beer a lot, honestly. So that was great. I would say 2020 for me, like one of the biggest disappointments that I had was I waiting so long as well for Bill Batten and Tap Room to open. And they opened up, and I was going to go there the Friday. They had the big event with Yakima Chief Hops, and then it closed down and got all weird. And because I had the lupus, like even before the governor had done whatever, my wife's like, no, we cannot go down there and we got to be careful. I'm like, all right, great. So I still haven't been there, and I'm so excited to try Bill's beers. I especially want to try that quad because his quad is epic. Was it AleSmith? And it's got a great new name. I love that. What was it? Monastic Disorder, I think. At any rate, I can't wait to go down there with Abel and when this thing's all over and try that. But my number one, it's another one that I can't remember the name, and I apologize. But I'm hoping, is Home Brewing still on the show? Is Zana? Okay, great. Well,
at least last I saw.
Well, they gifted us 2 great beers that are right up my alley, and I tend to not like the fruited
bottles
farmhouse ale so much as I do just the Naked Wild funky bready things. But they did such a great job with that fruited one that they gave us that just blew me away. And I remember sitting here on the show, it was just 4 of us, the only show that we did 4 of us, and I drank that whole 750. And I don't remember. It was so fantastic. I just, it went against all the things that I think of farmhouse when I like it to be by itself.
Yeah.
That beer was great. So if they want to tell in the comments what the name of that beer was, that'd be great.
Xana's on, so if Xana could tell us.
So Xana, hook it up.
Yeah,
it was the first wild you guys released, and it was the fruited version.
Yes, and
it was a stone fruited version. I remember all those things.
It was peaches and nectarines, right?
Yes, indeed. That's what I mean by stone fruit. And I was scrolling through. Instagram is not helping me. You're supposed to help me find the picture that we're talking about, so
Xana,
that we can.
What is it?
We could mention the beer name on air because
it was
number
a great
one.
balance where you got all that stone fruit, but you also got great character from all the funky things that were happening in there too.
Nicely done. That is the name of the beer. Is Brandon's number one for the year.
She said Shadow Envy.
It is not Shadow Envy. I
don't think it's
I know.
Yeah,
I know because Instagram. Anyways, Shadow Envy was released later, which was an amazing beer, but that's not the one Brandon's talking about. Brandon's talking about Nicely Done. Simple Heart was the straight breaded version,
yes,
and Nicely Done was the stone fruit version. Good pull, Brandon. That was a great beer.
I really loved it. Yeah.
Nice.
And in shocking breaking news that no one could possibly predict, my beer of the year, Catch Me Coastin' from
That's
Pariah.
me posting.
Um,
That's me posting.
Catch Me Postin'.
Aquí
Hit.
estoy boasting.
Yes, exactly. Listen to Brian
Pass
Poston.
the lotion.
Good one, Brandon. Pass the lotion. I found one more in my fridge, so I drank 60 pints this year, and
Wow.
it's officially gone now. I don't have any options,
Oh,
and
Lord.
it's past its prime anyway. So, only beer that I even remotely drank more than 20 of this year was that beer, and I drank 60, which is crazy. I didn't mean to. It just happened that way. Started with I was on lockdown, and my friend that happens to own this brewery brought me a mixed case, and then another
First one
case,
free.
and another case. Yes, like any good. Anyways, so
Good on
let's
the
close it out.
comeback.
Let's close it out with our number one things that we hope to see for 2021. Estella, number one.
Y'all remember that beach party we were talking about?
Yes,
It's
let's
gonna
do
happen.
it.
That is gonna
Woo!
happen. That beach party
Excellent.
needs to happen. And we need to have all of our amazing friends that have always supported us there. And it's going to be a great time. So that's what I'm looking forward to in 2021. Beach party. Beach party. Let's go.
Absolutely. And Xana named that beer nicely done. So that's rad.
Aw.
Yes, of course, Maggie was right. And like she said, it was painfully obvious. As Mr. Garcia, number one thing you hope to see for 2021?
All right, so two things.
Ty?
No, I want to see Brian. I want to see Brian on the show a little bit more, even though he's leaving.
All right.
In a row.
Okay, cool.
And I want to see Brandon in real life more. Like,
Yes!
I want to see you, bro. I want to see you. I want to hug you. No kissing.
Yes.
I want to hug you, and yes, I want to see Brandon more in my life.
That is
Not just video. Like
I concur. I absolutely concur.
that's amazing and truly touching. Mr. Hernandez, number one.
I would like to see as much of a societal reset as is possible. I know that things were already divisive in this country before we got COVID-19, and then it became extreme. Like every single part of life is like divisive now. I'm on one side or the other. I would like for the stress to come down if we can get past this pandemic, and then people just take a breath and say, you know what? There's no room for two sides in this country. We just need to be respectful of each other, no matter what we think about stuff. It's like,
Absolutely.
so what? I mean, nobody thinks the exact same about everything. Why can't we just treat each other well? Hopefully, once we get this monkey off our back, people can take a second and just say, you know what? Last year was crazy. Oh my God, this whole thing was so crazy. I'm so glad things are back to normal. Let's just be cool. But I'm going to take some self-responsibility here and just say, you know what? Let me put all my personal junk away and just be nice to people. I would love to see that to any degree possible, but the greatest degree possible would be the best to me. So, and I'm going to do that myself. I don't really have a lot of that to start with, but just like we're all people, we're all the same, and let's just hopefully get past the social media, go out in real life, make real friends, and just have some fun. That'd be great.
It's a wonderful sentiment, and I think mine kind of encapsulates everything we've all said about this whole upcoming year that we're hopeful for. Simply three words: friends and hugs. If we can get that back in our life, more actual live friendship, more rare barrel aged friendship. That's the friendship I want. The shit that's been in your closet for an entire year. I want hugs that are so long they're like really close to awkward.
Oh, careful what you ask for.
Right? I do. I want it though. So friends and hugs.
All my hugs are awkward, bro. So it's okay.
Great. That's wonderful. Rudy, if you didn't hear, right? Rudy, I'm leaving the show. I'm leaving at the end of March. I'm just going to focus on.
Damn it, Rudy! Why you gotta bring up the negative shit?
Why you gotta be late?
I'm sorry. I love everyone. There's nothing happened. I'm not upset. There's no life trigger that made it happen or anything. It's just that if I can focus my energy on working a little harder for a year or two, I can get me and my wife into a home. And so that's kind of where my focus is shifting to. Not that I don't love beer. I'm still an advocate for San Diego craft beer. I still love this industry. More importantly, I love the community and the people within it, and which has always been my favorite aspect of this community. This is not sad. I had a wonderful time advocating for an industry and a community that I love. I was welcomed in with open arms. The you cannot believe how incredibly supportive the breweries in general have been to my air quotes career in covering advocating for craft beer. Yes, Maggie, there will be a Sorai Cup 2021 if it is safe to have a party, and even if it was like safe to have a party with 40 people, like we might be in one of those weird phases where like we can have like okay. Have everyone coming to this party been vaccinated? Like we're going to get to that kind of weird place sometime in next year as well. And so, yeah, if there's any way I can pull off Sorai Cup, it'll definitely be back. And if it doesn't happen in 21, it'll be here in 22. That's never going away as soon as it's safe for us all to have. And Xana, I freaking love you. I'll hug you hard too. But we got to shut it down. This year has been both amazing and wonderful and shitty and crappy. And
a year.
Right?
Yeah.
A year, exactly. With open arms, I welcome 2021.
Lewis and Glendo, I love you. Keep fighting that COVID. My brother-in-law has COVID. He's good. He's good.
Please stay strong, sir.
Beers and prayers to you, my friend.
Exactly. We will return on January 7th. We will still have the same format until future notice, until something breaks and we're all vaccinated or whatever. I have no I know another one. I have no prediction of the future, but at least for the foreseeable time, we'll be doing the show the same way, starting back on January 7th. We just didn't think it was appropriate to do a show on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. First up, hear me.
Dude, if we did the show on New Year's Eve, it'd be a shit fest.
Right?
I'll be in Vegas.
Party your asses off with yourself.
Spend some good quality time with yourself there, kids.
Yeah. Stay within the boundaries of your own home. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear what Estella said. But anyways, thank you to everyone listening and commenting tonight. We love you for happy Kwana Kamis, Feliz Nava Estella, Ebenezer Brandon, and me, I'm Brian. You've been listening to the Indie Beer Show. Switch over to the brand screen. Thank you.